Well, my family would
What do
like
you
buy
get?
those, and
What kind
then
of like exotic meat have
There
you
you go.
gotten?
I wouldn't say any exotic meat. I don't eat
Like
exotic
All
what?
meat.
right, you got it.
Like what? Like what have you
Lamb.
gotten from there?
From
Oh,
there, it's
okay.
not exotic. It's just like because it's used like say you'll make jerk chicken with it, or you'll make bulk meals. My family will run like food drives and shit, and like multiple churches will buy from those warehouses at one time and then split it up.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I get
And when
it.
you do something
Oh,
like
that's
that, it's
cool.
a lot cheaper. Yeah.
Huh,
And you can take
that's
some
really
home.
cool. Yeah. And it like benefits. That's pretty cool. Very cool.
That's pretty
Where's
cool.
where's
It's pretty
class,
cool.
son?
It's pretty cool.
Where's my man Claude,
I've been
son?
railed by a trans woman before. I call it exotic
He
meat.
is getting alcohol.
Oh, should he be doing that? Isn't he known for things that alcohol should stay away from?
Yeah,
What do you
he is.
mean?
I don't know,
No.
son. So look.
Uh,
Are
I'm
you
not
Jesus
a
Christ in the flesh?
who that.
Because he's loud and when he drinks, he like doesn't stop like speaking about what he wants to speak about when he's
that just sounds like him.
Yeah. Man, I don't drink. I gave that shit up a long time ago, son. Fuck drinking. That should just make you feel bad and put you in like crazy
But I
situations.
mean, once in a
I'm the
while
youngest
when
one
you're
here.
chilling and you're doing like,
Socially, yeah, but
yeah,
never getting smashed
which is
again.
what we're
I don't
doing.
think I'm ever getting smashed again. I don't think that's ever happened, son.
I'd
I
rather
don't
get
think I'm ever
smashed than
going
get
to like
high. Because
Once in a
because when you
while.
get
as
Like
bro,
when me and Mel want to have an
You're
adventure.
tripping. You're
Listen,
tripping.
Evil Fossil, one time me and Mel got so smashed, she literally smashed her own window in because she lost her keys. And my dog was in there and her cat was like in the house. So she was like, fuck my window. Like our pets are more important. We got to get in there and we want to go to sleep. And she's like, I want to go to sleep and eat. So literally, this bitch is so, she just smashed in her own fucking house window and then went inside and ordered food that she didn't even eat because we passed out.
All right, you see,
Listen,
Passed
that's
out,
not
and the next morning we
normal.
woke up to
it's not.
That's
Nah,
not
I don't
normal.
know.
I
It's
don't
kind
do
of
that
normal.
normally.
I don't know.
That was a good night,
Kinda
okay?
normal.
That was a good night. Oh,
Well,
shit.
we've been drinking for a long time.
At least she wasn't covered in throw up, and you had to drag her into the elevator and into the back of somebody's car. Like as long as that didn't
Shut
happen.
the fuck up. Why are you talking to John Zerka? Okay, like shut the fuck up.
I'm saying getting smacked.
That was me.
Bro.
I feel like I'm missing
That
context.
was me
here.
when you threw up on his bed.
Yeah.
Oh,
whenever somebody
damn.
annoys me, I'm just like, damn, I feel like I'm gonna puke on this person.
I mean, that's
and then
fine.
I do.
I'm just saying, as long as you got autonomy, as long as you could be in your body throwing up, that's fine. But once
Guys,
I gotta
be
carry you
guys, be
When
honest.
somebody
Does my hair
throwing
look
up
crazy
is
like
a
this?
problem.
Yeah.
It looks cute. But
I like it. I can never get
be
nice.
honest, Evil Fossil, if you're like in an awkward situation, you're like, like I don't want to even be here anymore, or you like somebody is annoying you with how stupid they are or something, wouldn't you rather just like instead of being a dick or like causing a confrontation to the situation, imagine if you just like, I'm just gonna throw up on them right now, because then it like just ends it like without it being like weird for anybody except for you. And if you just don't give a fuck, then you just don't give a fuck, and you're
Yeah,
just
I
like,
can see that. Yeah, and just like you got that plausible deniability.
But you got throw up, you also got piss, you also got shit, you can spit on them.
Nah,
you can cry,
bro.
you can start crying, you can scream.
How you
Does
gonna
everybody
get all that
in
done?
here know
You
each
gotta
other?
get it done without
I
it
only
really
know
getting
like
down,
two
right?
people in here.
I know two
I
people.
only
I
know
know
Evil
Smeth.
Fossil and Smeth because they hang out in like, I don't know, like political type discourse that
I only know
Claw
Mel.
hangs out in.
Yeah.
Like what type of political?
And then me and Mel are homies. Mel is chill, KBubblez. You'll
Okay.
like
We've met. We met like one time.
and then I have
whenever
ElectroCrisis.
We were over at her place. Remember?
Really? At my house?
Yeah. Whenever
Okay.
Lex lived with you.
Who?
Lex? LexCon?
No, that's not Lexitivity.
Oh. I thought
Mel!
I'm so
I was
sorry.
like,
I thought we
was about
met.
to
You
feel
look.
like
I
such
feel like
an
you have
I'm
She
not
thinks
know.
that
I
you
swear.
look. She thinks you look like Lexativity.
I
I feel
even
like
know who
I've
that
met her
is.
before though.
Oh my
I don't
gosh,
know.
that's so funny. Oh
I know
my
of
gosh.
you because Meg's talked
I'm
about
laughing
you.
internally.
Good things, I hope.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
chill.
I didn't
She
drink
thinks-
enough. I need to.
She does look a lot like Lexativity though. That's funny.
I'm just chilling right
Because
now.
you only saw her super briefly. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's chill. I miss Lexativity.
Fuck cars.
Where the fuck is
Late to his own podcast.
Fuck cars though.
I feel like he just got back. Is there anybody else that I didn't admit?
I have no alcohol. I feel so unprepared for this.
Yeah,
got
me too.
so-
That's
I got
exactly how I
soju in
feel.
my
I literally
I
was
don't
just
want to get
like,
drunk.
I just went, I was like, do I have any alcohol in the house? I got this bottle from someone for Christmas. I'm just drinking it.
God,
Cars
don't
and
really
alcohol.
drink.
Wait.
I
got my
knew y'all
car.
was demons.
If
I got
you
my
want
car
to
to
come
high, but-
here, then we could drink and then we can stream on your stream.
She lives over an hour away from me, guys. She's always
See?
like, if you just want to come over, that
I
is a
told
road
you.
Well,
trip
let's-
for me.
But
It's so far.
But tomorrow, but then we have you can stay in
Look
the
at
other
cars.
room. And then tomorrow we can go to the thing that I told you, but don't say it out loud because we're on stream. But yeah,
What?
I have to work tomorrow though.
Inside.
tomorrow
Well, the thing
night.
about
No,
getting
tomorrow
you
by
can-
like 3 p.m.
yeah, but you can work with a hangover. It's fine.
by 3.
just-
I don't want
just
to
suck
work
it
at
up.
the
To
strip
be
club
young
with the
again, son.
hangover.
Wait,
I'm
why are you going in
550
at
years
3?
old, son, in human years, bro. It's tough out here.
I got moved to mid shift. The strip club thinks I'm too fat to work night shift, so I have to
No
work
way.
mid shift now.
My
yeah.
Do you want to
don't
go?
ever
Wait,
wanna
wait, wait, wait. Do
experience
you
a
want to go
hangover ever
somewhere?
again.
Do you want to go somewhere else? We could go apply at other places of, like the other. You could go there, and I would do bottle service or something if it was like a chill place. I would even do that.
What is that creature in your
That might be
background?
fun. A Zia.
That's a
It-
doll.
It has a name?
Doge.
Gender?
That's like a Shiba mix.
That-
She's a Shiba Inu American Eskimo.
Sheena Inu American. That's what the fuck, bro? The
Japanese-
amalgamation,
Japanese
bro.
dog and
It's an
Eskimo
amalgamation, bro. Yeah. Damn,
Yeah,
son.
say
The
hi.
Japanese stay on it, son. They stay combining, bro.
Evil Fossil is harassing our dog. He called
How
her
is
an
it harassment?
amalgamation. Is that a slur? He
Oh
called her an
Baby
amalgamation.
V.
What
Oh
does that
my God.
mean?
She said Dalmatian, Megan. You're
A
just dead.
Dalmatian?
Yeah, can I get the webcam?
Maybe.
Oh shit, you
Maybe
do need
just
the
dead.
webcam. You're right. Okay, then I have to do
Say
it.
gaslighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, use the regular web.
Okay. I have to order another webcam, so I have to switch to my laptop for a sec. 1 sec.
Oh damn.
Nice.
So
Oh boy.
how's this weather, guys?
Yeah.
It's been kind of rainy here.
Rain and coom.
Right.
Raining come? My God, that's
Rain-
that's a good
cool.
day.
I would
Yes.
rather.
Yeah.
I would rather
Good
have
day.
a hangover than
It's
spend
raining
like
like
a man.
spend like a week kind of like stupid. Because after you get really high and you have like a green out for like you're stupid for a whole week. At
No,
least
you're
when you
not.
get
That's
drunk.
a you thing.
No, that's absolutely true. It makes you dumber on average for like a whole fucking week.
Yeah, no, I say the same shit. Like I'm like
after I
burnt
drop-
out.
After I drop my high, I go back to being galaxy brained.
That's fine. Like y'all don't know how to ebb and flow. Y'all always want to be high all the time. Or at least
I haven't.
yeah,
been high
y'all
in, like,
would
4 days. So.
no, I'm saying people don't appreciate the high, like the point of being high. It means you high, but of course you gotta go down low. But I mean, you always want to be mid. That's fine, son. If you want to,
Yeah, I feel that.
there's a time and a place to be high, and there's one to be low, especially if you plan for it.
That's
So
why I go work out. I mean, it stabilizes my mood. So
Do you work
Word.
out high? I've done that.
I've
I
done it
used
before,
to.
but
I
I
don't
don't
like it
want to
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't like
I
it
used to do
anymore.
cardio high. Yeah.
Me
That's- I don't
too.
mess with
Yeah.
that. That
Cardio.
can-
Yeah.
We need to find like an outdoor cardio to do. That's
I'll do
more fun
mushrooms
than
in the gym.
just
You gotta
doing
find a
I think that'd
track.
be fun.
No fucking way.
Mm-mm.
Why not?
hiking or something.
Woof, depending on how
Mushrooms, yeah,
much.
mushrooms are dope.
Just
We
a
made
minute.
minute.
chocolates the other
Not too
week.
much,
They were
but-
really good.
I did ketamine.
I would
before
1
working out
gram,
once.
1 gram maybe, 1.51. I go outside.
My uncle grows shrooms, and he said like when I go to New York, we're probably gonna trip, but we'll see about it.
Oof.
Mushrooms
It's
changed my
LSD,
life.
a
my God,
higher
it's Alex
amount
Cobb.
of LSD, maybe.
Oh shit.
A higher amount of LSD is alright, but
Okay,
anything
gotcha.
shrooms, bro, I don't know, son.
I don't know. My
I like
uncle microdoses shrooms all day. He literally
You can like
microdoses
shrooms all you want. It's about
Well, yeah,
whether
just because he
shrooms
does
are-
it doesn't mean it's good.
I know, but still, like that's his method for staying happy and healthy is that. So
I mean, everybody
mostly it's,
reacts
like,
differently to them, you know.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit
That's
when people say if you do psychedelics it unlocks new brain pathways, it makes you smart. No, it made you dumber. Unlocking new brain pathways doesn't mean you're smarter. It means you got like connections you're
More
not
shit
supposed
to
to
think
have.
about. Yeah, connections you ain't supposed to have and make you skits out. Yup, you're right. But that's why you go in there with focus and intent. Stop doing it just to get high. You're gonna fuck yourself up and end up underneath a train or something.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
do that shit, bro.
psychologically connected to Taylor Swift.
It's
Oh,
probably
no.
true.
I want to wake up with the train being
It's
run.
100% true.
Oh boy, son.
Ugh.
I don't know about that blasting off again, bro. Oof. It's every time you come back saying, bro, is a blessing. That's what I'm saying. The shrooms, you better pay respects to them. You can like them all you want, bro. But if they think you invading, bro,
Well,
they gonna invade your ass.
Well, like I've only smoked. I've only smoked smoked marijuana. I've only drinking alcohol. Those are two things I've done. I mean, I smoked cigarettes when I was like 5, but that's because my mom had like so many on hand, and I used to steal them.
When
but-
you were 5?
Yes.
Yeah, but them things they metabolize mad different, son. Like he said,
So-
just smoking, I don't know,
Yeah.
son. Nicotine is alright.
So
It
are
ain't
you
the
like
same, bro.
fucked up now?
Oh no, I'm good.
No, that's no.
A little fucked up. His
I'm
fucking
pretty
mom
sure
let him
you
do
could be
drugs,
five.
so-
I'm
I've
pretty
gotten
sure you
a
could
little
checkups and
find.
fucked up.
everything. I've gotten
What?
checkups and everything, and my lungs are just fine.
If you like 5 and you
Because
smoke,
I used,
you think
'cause I
something's
used
gonna
to,
happen to
'cause
you?
I used to run track. Like I worked out my lungs after.
Son, ain't nothing gonna happen to you. What about all those Chinese babies that was like spawned in the great smog, bro? Like when there was just smog everywhere, you had real babies
True.
breathing in mad shit. Like, bro, if you
Yeah.
5 and you smoke once, ain't nothing gonna happen to you, bro. Like unless if your mom's did and you was in development, that's a different story. But if you already
my
a
mom did
body,
smoke while I was in. My mom smoked and drank when I was in development. as
oh,
well.
then you probably fucked up, bro. I'm sorry.
My mom smoked
Fucked up
while
too.
she was
That's
out,
pregnant
bro.
with me,
I'm
but
I'm fucked up to a degree, but I have my ways of coping with my fucked upness.
More
so-
smoking and
That's
more
what's up.
alcohol.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, up the ante. Now the gym helps out a lot in video games. Or yeah, in computer building. I love computer building.
Yeah, you don't look like you have fetal alcohol syndrome, so at least that's good.
That's good.
Appreciate it. That's the highest compliment I can get right now.
Nice. Oh.
I don't know if my mom smoked or drank with me when she was
Gotta
pregnant.
ask.
My mom was like 16 when she had me, so
Yeah, I have no idea. They're
Maybe.
just setting up. I think
Demons.
the host has got to
My
set
mom-
some
my mom
stuff
had
up.
My brother when she was 19, and she had me when she was 28. So
Took a break.
yeah, just took a break because
mhm.
new dick. So
New stick.
had to wear it in for a while, and then a year later she had my sister, so she didn't wait too long after that.
I have 2 little brothers.
You're a little fucked up, bud.
I'm only a little fucked up because I choose to be now, but I was born fucked up. Now that I have my own volition, I can choose to be fucked up.
Which way you're fucked up? Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's all about self-control.
Self-control.
Yeah, which some people lack these days.
I feel like I used to have more self-control. Well, I mean, in like different ways. Because if you
Your name
build
is
like
now
a
MelGoesRogue,
routine,
so
I'm in my villain era, yeah,
Yeah.
but I just don't care anymore. But there's definitely like I don't know, I've built a really bad routine of like waking up and then gaming, and if I start gaming, whenever I wake up in the morning, I notice it's like a lot harder for me to get anything done during the day versus if I like get some shit done first and then start gaming, you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
technology.
gaming is the shit. This shit literally takes massive amounts of energy. You know, it's so ass backwards because working out and stuff, it like does take a lot of energy, but it like no,
Gives
it
you more on the
Give
back
me
end.
something back. Yeah.
nah, right? Yeah, basically the human body is so efficient that like when you work out, yeah, you're exerting yourself, but it's getting tired because it's like planning to reset and planning to have like a regular amount of energy. That's why like you can still work out even if you don't eat like 3 days in a row. But something like focusing with your brain on a game is way more intensive, bro. And it actually takes a lot more out of you over time than something like working out.
Well, like, yeah, video games have like a reward feedback loop, and working out has like a really delayed reward feedback loop where you consistently work out and then suddenly you're going to start feeling good, but you're going to work out once and feel like shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been working out for
Right.
almost a decade, so I feel that. Lots of setbacks here and there, like physical therapy and a lot of injuries.
But that's why everybody does video games though, is because it's instantaneous gratification. All you got to do is
it's the
jump
release
in,
dopamine.
click a few buttons, you'll achieve some goal that's small while chasing some goal that's big or intermediate, and you know, yeah, you know you'll win eventually. Whereas life, there's no fucking guarantees.
Yep.
No, well, other than that, you're talking
And
about
taxes.
That. And taxes,
Yeah,
yeah.
Evil
Yeah,
Fossil's a
taxes.
smart dude.
Fuck
Who does
taxes,
their
man.
taxes?
Not me.
Fucking hate.
No,
I mean,
people,
taxes
you
for me
should
was
do
easy
your
this year,
taxes.
but
Well,
I was about to say, how many of y'all are in California right now?
you can evade it, but
I'm
it's
in
still
Las
coming
Vegas,
for
thank
you.
God.
It's still moving you. You still got to dodge it. The
You
taxes
got
is
any
definitely
Vegas
there.
dwellers here?
No,
Where?
I'm the only one. Vegas dwellers. I live in Las Vegas.
My editor's in Vegas.
That's cool.
Are you going to TwitchCon?
He's going. Unfortunately, I'll have a newborn child then.
congrats.
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Congrats.
Oh, now you
Yes.
guys can.
Hello.
Hi, my name is
Hello.
Alex.
Yo, it's the
Yo,
Alex man.
Good to see
That's me, man. I'm Alex. So hi, hello. I just
You
wanted
have
to
a
let
really
you guys know.
nicely shaped head.
Thank you. That's what
You
I
don't
go
look like you have fetal alcohol syndrome.
I do. Check my phone.
Good
So
callback.
hello, hi. My name is was Claw on Twitch. Now I'm Alex, aka Algorithm on Kick, named after my hit song album on Spotify. Tune in now. But more importantly, we're here today for my favorite show on the internet, which is the Royale. And one of the problems I've always had with the past versions of the Royale, there have been a lot of them, is that when I start to host these things and bring them around, it always gets corrupted by the owners or the people in charge. Meaning they start kicking people that are doing the best or interesting and making the crowd like them, and then they get kicked because they're being whatever. I'm gonna have an objective system. That's the goal. That's the end goal anyway. An objective system that will be transparent and open source, unironically on the same day that Elon Musk made the Twitter algorithm open sourced. So that is the overall goal of this project. However, it's also just to have fun and get a bunch of cool clips. And we're gonna do some that just turned off everyone's cam. We're gonna do some interesting topics. I think everything that's been generated today for this has all been generated by the AI that I've kind of been working with. Obviously it's ChatGPT built, but I'm building a lot of tools that interact with ChatGPT to make a lot of this kind of stuff easier, including gathering topics, condensing topics, coming up with questions, coming up with ways to introduce these things, and then also remembering all of that so that you guys, if you come back to future shows, it knows who you are. It remembers who you are. It saves records of you guys. Because every time we finish a round or an episode and we upload the transcript to it, it remembers it all. And that's how it makes its judgment. So it's just going to go based purely off of audio description or what we say and transcribed, and then also visual description as well. But it's an overall visual description, so it's probably not going to do much there. So don't worry about your visuals too much. Just talk, have a good time, enjoy yourselves. It'll pick up on 6 different qualities that you guys have during this, and it's going to make judgments based on that and then adjust those over time, and you guys will be able to see those adjustments on the website when it's launched officially.
Cool.
This
That's
is a beta
pretty
test,
cool.
so thank you very much for being here
Cool.
and kind of, being a little guinea pig for me. And I'm going to go ahead and let you guys introduce yourselves so you can say hi to the cast or whatever. Just introduce yourselves to amongst each other. Say what kind of, what's your like background a little bit so people know who you are, give context, because I don't know if everyone knows who everyone is. I'm like this weirdo that like goes in so many different chambers of the internet. So all of you are from like different communities. But feel free to introduce yourselves to each other, and we'll start with MelGoesRogue, who just did a full rebrand as a girl from Cats. So take it away.
What's up, guys? I am MelGoesRogue. I have officially entered my villain era.
Yeah.
I think, I was in some smaller community things on Twitch before, and then I kind of stepped away from that and stepped away from the streaming stuff. But now that I'm back, I am back in full force, streaming on Kick full time. I am a variety streamer. I like to game and stuff, but I've been focusing more on just chatting and trying to bring about my cosplay content and stuff like that. So
Very awesome. Well, thank you very much for being here, Mel. Next up, we have KBubblez. Long time no talk. Hello, hi. Introduce yourself to everybody and say hello.
Hi, I'm Kaylee, 24. I live in New Jersey. I started streaming in 2016, but I took like a 2-year, 3-year hiatus because I literally just hated it so much. Like my mental health went on a super decline. But yeah, so I started streaming again full time on Kick now, and I pretty much do just chatting and play Call of Duty. And I have 3
Nice.
dogs and 1 cat.
Aren't you also, don't you also have a niece?
I do have a niece.
Did Mitch Jones drop that niece one time?
Yes, he did.
Oh,
He
my
dropped
God.
the baby.
I think, honestly, I think the internet could start to heal if Mitch apologized to that baby.
Dude, he really should.
Yeah, that was
Does
one of
the
my favorite
baby
clips of
like
him.
remember that?
No,
like,
she was really little. She was
Oh.
really little. She plays games. Sometimes she streams like with my sister because my sister streams full time. And she does like Roblox streams with
Ooh,
my
that's
niece,
pretty
and she's
cool.
like a rager. She's like a full-on gamer. She's 5. She's super
Oh
cute.
my
so.
god, oh, that's
Very cool.
cute.
My sister was gonna join, but now she has I don't live with them, but my whole family has COVID.
Whoa.
no.
The
Yeah, they're
household
fine.
is- the
They're fucking
household is-
fine.
The household's in trouble. It's okay.
Natural
All right.
immunity.
That's
All right, natural immunity. Wow, we're already getting there. Okay, hi. ElectroCrisis, also known as Garrett. I never knew your name. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Garrett.
Hi, everybody. My name is Garrett. I'm a 21-year-old EAC. That means exhibitor appointed contractor. I build booths for like E3, Comic-Con, like TwitchCon. That's my profession. I'm also a Twitch streamer. I've been streaming for about 3 years. I'm a Kick and Twitch streamer. But I took different hiatuses here and there, and I used to play a character and I used to like amp things up, but now I'm really just me, and my first name is Garrett. So there's that. But yeah, that's basically what I do, and I just basically live my life. And yeah, thank you for
All right. Well, thank you very much for being here, ElectroCrisis. You've been around in the community for a while. I'm glad to see that you're still around. You were so bored that when I tweeted out that I wanted people for the Royale, you immediately messaged me because it's like you've been doing nothing for 3 years while I've been gone. So thank you for showing up again. Also, speaking of been gone for 3 years, somebody that is brand new to the community who has no idea who the fuck I even am probably, Smeth, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
I'm Smeth. You can smell the scent from a mile away. You can catch me in the Smeth Den. I stream on YouTube. I do interviews about interesting and controversial topics, have emotionally honest conversations, and I'm trying to make an artistic medium out of the streaming experience as much as I can.
And then what's the stop sign for?
For me and for you. It depends on the context.
Ah, okay. Well, at least we have a safe word in place. You can just point to the stop sign. All right. Evil Fossil, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. I think a lot of people may have seen your name, but have probably never seen you on camera because you don't really stream or do anything. You're just like a stalker / troll that's kind of gotten famous. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ultimate lies and obfuscation before I obviously blew you out of the water. Claude want to just get his little hits in whenever he can because he never can, bro.
I
eating
never
Fosse.
miss, bro. And I never miss.
I love even though I'm evil, there's a lot of different forms I could take. I'm out here. I'm a masculine fossilized tree. I was kicked out of the garden of light for greed. So I had to fucking throw all my money away. Why he talking about I don't do shit? First off, he don't know shit. But also, I threw all my money and all my stuff at Destiny. It's he's
You're
great.
saying
He's
you were
my
throwing
Destiny.
you.
I
I
gave him
because
so
throw
that's
it
what
at
you
me.
were when
You
you
can
were
throw
saying
it
you
at
were
me
thrown
if
out
you
of the
want.
garden of life, and I was like, oh my god, come on, bro, why? Why do you want to
I
hang
threw
out
this
with somebody
motherfucker
so
4,000.
lame? Why does that that's so
And this is
mind blowing? You
exact,
could
and
hang
this
out
is
with so
exactly
much cooler
why,
people.
bro.
It's that. That's. It's just because. Look, the only reason
I'm sowing
I'm not gonna get into
chaos,
it.
motherfucker.
Can I? I don't know. Go ahead. Keep going. Sorry.
I'm sowing seeds of chaos. I've been streaming for 4 months, and I'm still more amicable and friendly to the community itself than any of you motherfuckers. So obviously, I'm
I think you're
nasty
chill
at
as
this
fuck.
shit.
I'm just so confused on why you would be so upset about not being able to hang out with somebody so lame.
Who you talking about? Hang out with who?
Destiny.
I don't want to hang out with Destiny. I threw all my money at him. What that mean? I want to hang out.
Why though? I
Like,
don't
Money's
get.
valueless.
You can throw your money at me if you want.
Oof, you really? All right,
Yeah.
look, pass
Get
that.
more than
Yo,
Destiny.
pass that. Yo,
Wait,
we
wait.
can
Can
work
I
that
have
out.
a new webcam first?
I bet. Like, look,
Thank
the
you.
money. Well, when I make the money, all right, I already threw it at your boy, so you could go get it from him if you want.
From who?
Destiny
Destiny is not my boy.
Oh my god, he got infinite money.
He
Look,
was mean to me. He's stupid.
I wanted
I've
to
never
get rid of
liked
all
Destiny.
my money. I wanted to get rid of all my money in the most valueless way possible. The motherfucker got infinite money. So that's the best way to get rid of my money. And I could start from the beginning so that I could share my experiences with the world.
The problem,
And
you made one
maybe
mistake.
someone
I knew
can learn
exactly
about
what
it.
Destiny was from the beginning.
Evil.
I'm
You made one-
I'm too emotionally intelligent, and people like get mad about
You
it.
could
They're
give it
like,
to
"Oh
a song.
no, you understand me," and I'm like, "Okay,
Well,
but like,
let me close
chill."
out so everybody else could do it.
Jesus Christ.
I stream art. I'm a variety gamer. I play games and I also whoop ass. I mainly play arena games, but I like community games too. So hit me up. We can play games together.
Yeah, this is kind of like a.
And I do a lot of art, and all the art.
Sorry, where were
all
we
the
in
art
the
you see is
intros?
mine.
He's going right now. He was still intro. You just interrupted
Sorry.
like 4 times, Megan. But
Yeah,
it's okay.
you-
You just had
I'm
a
sorry,
really.
'cause-
Must be triggered by someone, some 5'8" gnome. I have no idea. But anyway, I wanted to say real quick, Evil, you made one mistake about your whole thing. You can't throw money at someone who has infinite money when they're married, because then you're actually throwing it at their wife when they divorce them. It's exactly like what happened with Jeff Bezos. Everyone just threw their money at Jeff Bezos because he was like an ugly bald guy, and then his wife took it all and started giving it to everybody. That's not cool. So you should have waited and just thrown it at somebody like Smeth. He'll never get married. It would have been way better.
Yeah,
Anyway,
never happened, right? Yeah, it would have ruined his life.
Next
Fuck, bro.
up, CounterPoints. I've heard a lot about you. I've seen you on these panel shows before, but I've never met you. So congratulations. Hi. We are introducing each other for the first time. And also go ahead and introduce yourself to the rest of the people.
Yeah, so good evening. My name is Connor. I run a channel named CounterPoints. I spend my time on things that are uselessly expensive, namely Warhammer 40,000. So I break down Warhammer 40,000 animations and all that kind of stuff. I got 3,000 points of Death Watch here. But my professional experience, I'm and Euler just dropped by and gave me $100 redo. So Evil, if you want to have some competition, I won't complain. Thank you kindly, J-Mac. Appreciate you. And then basically, that's my main thing. That's 95% of my channel views. But I like to think that I'm a semi-competent Twitch and YouTube politics debater. I've thrown some elbows. I've had some big fights. I've rubbed elbows with some of the bigger names and all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy to be in a Royale, mixing it up, rubbing elbows with you fine folks. So looking forward to it. Let's do it.
Very excited. All right, go ahead. Next up is Bennett. I know that you're
would you rub mayonnaise on my elbows?
Fuck. Mayonnaise on your elbows.
It's kind of.
I mean, this is
not that kind of website.
I'll ask my wife, but if you give me $100 super chat too.
It wasn't like a weird thing, but yeah, sorry. I don't know. You're just saying like rubbing elbows, and I was like, what if we had a Royale challenge where we all like put mayonnaise and
I
then
don't got
like
no
What if we rub mayonnaise on each other's feet?
Sorry, we can keep going.
It's okay. I'm moving out of the house if she's gonna start rubbing out mayonnaise all over me. So, all right, Bennett. I know that you're new to the streaming world, but go ahead and introduce yourself anyway. Just say where your background is and let people know what you're all about.
Right. So I'm Bennett. I'm 28 years old. I spend most of my time working on cars or motorcycles, but slowly trying to get into the streaming aspect. Long time viewer, but first time like actually getting into it myself.
Very cool. What made you want to have an I with a 3 to be a B?
Just
Pretty
stylizing,
cool.
being different, you know?
I
like it.
back in the day in for the super nerds out there. Okay, the only reason I say that is because my original name was Blade Ranger, where I made a 1 and a 3, and I made a B, and it was in Warcraft 3. It looked so cool in that font for
Yeah.
whatever reason. I was like, damn, this guy has a fucking B like
Oh,
me.
God.
But anyway, I just thought it was an interesting little tidbit of information. Welcome
definitely.
to the show. Hopefully you enjoy it. Not everyone is like ElectroCrisis, so you don't have to worry too much. Most people are like Megan on this platform. So you can
What is that
just
supposed to
enjoy-
mean?
Oh, I don't know. Next up, we have Megan. Introduce yourself, and Zia, if she's in there.
Zia, hi, I'm Megan. I'm Sevinth. I played video games on Twitch, and then a bunch of political and just chatting people made it not about video games for a while, and now the website is really weird and falling apart. So I hope that that gets better soon. But I enjoy gaming and hanging out with my dog and my boyfriend, and yeah.
Very cool. Welcome
that's
to the
Zia.
show. Long time no see. All right,
Thanks.
so this is the cast. We had 2 people drop out kind of today, so I was like, it doesn't matter. It's just a kind of a demo show. So the way that we're going to do it today instead, and I think when I came up with this idea, I was like, oh, this actually might be like a way better way to just do this. If we want to do shorter shows, rather than do some 4-hour-long show where we, drag through the topics and just kind of do whatever. I want a lot of kind of punchy topics. So when the topics are done and nobody is really engaged with anymore, I'm going to move on to the next one. And we're going to do all of the topics in one episode. And then I'm going to take the episode transcript and make it rank us from top to bottom. So that's how I'm going to do it for this week, at least. So I can get like a gauge for how it can transcribe and everything like that. But when I say go or start, I will start the recording, and then it'll go for about 45 minutes to an hour, however long it takes us to finish all the topics. We're going to go through them kind of fast. As soon as we stop fighting over each topic, we'll move on to the next one. And then at the end of it, that's when we're going to have a pause. Everyone can kind of take a break while it's churning and doing its calculations. And then I will read what its result was, and you guys can, laugh as I eliminate you one at a time at the end. So it's going to be that kind of a show for today. So I hope that you guys are all ready and prepared for it.
Oh shit.
The topics I sent most of you, I believe, but if you don't have the topics, just let me know if a topic is like, if you don't like it or whatever, just say it. It's not a big deal if you don't want to engage with it for whatever reason. Most of you I picked because you all had thick skin and you're all interesting, cool people. So I don't think that you'll have a problem just talking or discussing about these ideas. But it's also 2023 and I have no fucking clue. So, yeah.
Oh shit, big wine.
Any
I should have
questions
told you
before we
I
start?
wanted a wine.
Oh, well, guess what? We'll go afterwards. Actually, we can't because I'll be drinking. You can order some,
True. I'll have some of the rum now, but yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of rum. You can just have as much rum as you want. We have so much rum now. But yeah.
You're like the
pirate?
dream Jack Sparrow, yeah.
All right, without further ado, my name was Claw on Twitch, content creator on Twitch.tv platform. And ever since I was a little kid, I can make anything true if I talk long enough. So either I'm God, or truth is relative. But in any case, booyah.
Yeah,
but,
hey Trainwrecks, I messaged you and you should give him Claw on here because
I do not want Claw on Kick.
And a bunch of cringe people took like Claw on Kick and like
Claw
I don't care.
I just want Claw. If
Claw
is ever available,
yeah,
I'll take it on any platform. I'll take it on any platform. Elon, you're stealing my fucking album name. I want my fucking name on Twitter then. I want Claw. All right, here we go, everybody. I'm going to start the process, and then it'll start recording us, and then at the end, it'll regurgitate it out. So any questions before I start?
No.
How long are the bathroom breaks?
The bathroom breaks are whenever the fuck, yeah. If you want to go to a bathroom break, I would run now after the topic. Just get your point in, and then run for a bathroom break.
Okay, I don't have to piss.
Yeah, it's only going to be 45 minutes to an hour for the whole show. So if you need to go or whatever, just kind of hold it, I guess. It's not going to be that bad. All right, here we go. And away. No, what's that? What's the Joker line? And here we go.
Here we go.
First topic. School shootings have become all too frequent tragedy in the United States, but the question of whether they can be prevented remains controversial. Nashville recently experienced a school shooting that reignited the debate on gun control and school safety. Question: can we prevent school shootings, and if so, how? Anyone can start.
We can
Okay,
prevent them
I'm
by
gonna-
shooting all the kids.
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna
brother.
start here because
Whoa.
this is the only topic that I actually want to talk about, because it's really pissing me off, especially that, within a week of this happening, now all of a sudden they invented a new day starting as Trans Visibility Day. Absolutely fucking bullshit, okay? And then the headlines in the media are how she only shot up the school because she's so depressed that this person she had an infatuation with is dead. And just all of these reasons why, making excuses for why it's okay, which is incredibly insensitive to the families of these, kids who were shot, and then all of a sudden saying now the White House responds as, stop attacking the trans community. I'm not attacking the trans community. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you want to be. Don't make me believe in something, number one. And number two, what about the Christians that were literally actually attacked, and somebody walked into a school and fucking gunned it down? What about that?
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I didn't know too much about. I don't know too much about like this context, but I think that the actual topic at hand is preventing the school shootings, like in the first place, right? And I think we can prevent school shootings in the first place by instituting a culture that starts from the parents down to the children. If we have informed parents, it's a parents down algorithm, because same thing with like drinking culture in Europe, like the parents teach the kids how to drink safely in Europe. If we had a similar culture, not only about shooting and guns, but about a lot of things in our culture, then things like this wouldn't happen. So kids could know gun safety because their parents teach them. Like their parents say, hey, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. Never take this into public. And they know that this is something that you shouldn't have on you when you're in school, and it's something you shouldn't use like irrationally. Because when you have a gun in your hand,
so you think that the person that did this, or people that do this, just like just find a gun and they're just like, wow, cool, what's this?
Well, no, I'm saying that
you can interrupt him, Mel.
You can have a better.
I don't think you need
to
have better advice.
We've seen a new, what was it, somewhere out there where this dude has shot down the people praying in the church. Can we discuss why there's a specific dynamic in America or United States?
Can we talk about the Nashville school shooting?
The biggest issue with school shootings is mental health.
As a general,
like it all circles back to
the
mental
thing
health.
about all these school shootings is like, bro, people could be shooting up a whole bunch of different shit.
It doesn't matter who they are.
So go ahead, CounterPoints. If you or Mel,
yeah, so I was gonna say the variable that all these places share in common are soft targets. It basically means that there's not a high expectation of security, and you can't eliminate all school shootings because a pistol is concealable. A kid can still stash a pistol inside his backpack. If they're not getting searched every single day, they can get into the class. They can still shoot up all their classmates. What you can do though is you can come up with things that reduce and deter things like this. For instance, having one law enforcement officer per 1,000 students as a school resource officer, hardening the building so there's single point entry during the day. That way you have to buzz everybody in. And also the way that this person gained entry was by shooting out the glass. You can't have the access points to the school be that simple. I don't think that this is like, so we could talk about like the trans versus Christians thing or versus the churches and who's getting targeted and all that kind of shit. But the truth is the one common variable is always going to be soft targets.
But you also don't deny. But you also don't deny the fact that if one sec, you also this is a yes or no question. I'm gonna ask CounterPoints, but you also don't deny that if parents were more strict and had a better teaching of gun safety,
I agree with both
and how to like handle those situations, then it would decrease.
I agree with both of you
that this fucking person's if there's
this is not a place for interpersonal relationships to come into play.
Yes,
it is all systematic. I agree with CounterPoints,
but I also agree that
CounterPoints needs to answer my question.
needs to answer my
And
question.
that there's
If
also technological
wait.
advances too. Like, did you see the other day? There's like a wall that you can pull out in
Yeah, that's
classrooms.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like a
I
wall
think
that's like
I think
built.
that's great. And
Good
Stuff
safety
is
measure.
being able to
actually,
lock
like,
Good
down
safety
done.
measure.
being able to lock down rooms within 10 or 20 seconds, it's not going to save that first classroom, but it could save all the other people. And as a result, if kids know that it's there, it can be deployed within 10 seconds. It's going to reduce it. To answer Garrett's point, though, no, there's going to be shitbag parents. There's going to be junkie parents. There's going to be single parents who don't
Well, yeah,
have the
you're
ability
right. You're
to
right.
take
You're
care of
right.
their
You
kids.
know, my
You're right. You're right.
Hold on,
But
I wanna
in
finish this.
okay,
I wanna
sorry.
finish
Go ahead.
this. I
Go
wanna
ahead.
finish
Go
this.
ahead.
I have no problems with encouraging a culture that takes parenting more seriously, paid parental leave, better healthcare, better psych stuff, all that kind of stuff. I have no problems with that. But I think that just pointing it at the families or whatever, it's a problem because we're going to have broken families
Well,
as
you're
long
right.
as we're alive.
All right, great.
You're right.
But let me
It's
get
not-
back
it's
to
not
the question.
family's part fully.
Can we
You're right.
prevent school shootings? No, we cannot prevent school
No.
shootings in a culture
Definitely not.
where we care so much about guns. And I think that we wouldn't have trans people if we didn't have guns. We wouldn't have feminism. We wouldn't have feminism. We wouldn't have feminism. We wouldn't have feminism if we didn't have guns. We can increase the safety. We can increase mental. We can increase safety.
This is the worst
We wouldn't
take I've
have.
ever
We
heard.
wouldn't have women's right to vote if we didn't have guns. We can increase the safety. We can increase the safety. We can increase the mental health. We can increase the parenting. But no matter what, at the core, we cannot prevent school shootings. We can make it less likely, and there's a problem in our culture that makes it more likely to happen. But we cannot
can make it
prevent
like shark
school
attacks.
shootings.
The only where
Probably more than
now
shark
the-
attacks.
Now the question is, which one can you actually do it in? I don't think you can actually change systematically the schools or the structure of the schools
no,
because you can't even
100%.
fucking.
It's gonna go state by
Bro,
state.
you're not
I
getting it
think
done.
that there is no reason that we can be spending all of this government money, budgeting, whatever the fuck, on stuff like hiring more people to work for the IRS, but we can't hire veterans to be
Bro,
armed
government
guards at
fucking-
schools.
My
Government
friend
fucking
had
money
that
is
take
need
yesterday.
more
If
people
we
in
had
the
like
IRS
armed
overseas
veterans
paying
at
that.
schools.
You ain't never seeing government money. Like, bro, we don't even got.
Well, yeah,
our
because
own
schools are
government.
schools are regulated by state, and if you look at each different state and all their school districts, there are distinct differences between each of them. So we're not going to be on the same page regardless, unless we have a unifying factor.
But the biggest issue with all of this is mental health. There's not enough funding towards mental health. There's not enough screening for people who get guns with mental health issues. So you want to say that, okay, gun safety starts with parents. I was actually reading up the other day on school shootings.
That is
And there was
absolutely not has nothing to
yeah,
fucking
there
do
was
with
a
it
chick who was
because
in
there is- you
1979.
can still
Her
get
dad
guns.
gave her a gun.
Parents
and
are
she
part
had
of mental health.
issues.
You can
Parents are
still
part of mental
get
health.
a gun illegally though. Like you don't. Everybody who has a gun doesn't legally obtain it. If you want to get a
And-
fucking gun, there's ways for you to go get a gun.
Very
I
true.
mean, yes,
It
obviously the
starts
people
with
who
the
have
laws of
mental
the types
problems-
of guns that
No,
are
no,
available.
that's what I'm trying to say.
that-
Real
that
quick,
has
real quick,
nothing to
real
do
quick.
with it.
Pause. I want to ask real quick to everyone, just show of hands, just to get like an idea, so we can kind of, or just say like what your name is and say yes or something. If you do believe in this, do you guys think that mental health is the biggest factor to school shootings? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so okay, so
Yes.
Mel's the only one that really said
Factor,
yes.
yes.
Okay.
I think
No,
it's
I
a
said biggest.
factor.
I want to know
Yeah.
what if you guys think it's the biggest. If not, I'm gonna get to you guys who said no. I want to know the people who said yes that it was the biggest factor. I want you to explain why in a brief reason, so that I'm saying this
I'm
all for the
gonna-
transcript too, kind of. But
I'll say yes.
okay, so go ahead and give the reason why, and then go to Mel after you.
I'll let Mel go first because she's the one who brought it up in the first place.
Mel, why do you think that mental health is the biggest reason? And then we're gonna go to them and ask what they think is the biggest reason instead.
I mean, mental health problems are a big enough epidemic in this country alone. And there is a lot of arguments over guns and gun rights and what kind of guns people should be able to have. But whether or not you can obtain a gun illegally, a lot of the people that have guns, no matter how they've obtained them, have mental health issues. And a lot of them are outcasts. There's signs that are shown in their development growing up, the way they interact with their peers, that have, I think.
I would say that
Fetal alcohol
that
syndrome?
the like CounterPoints said, soft systems is the main not soft systems, but soft targets is like the main it's the main target most of the time running in America. Even in other countries, when terrorist attacks happen, the motivations are much different and it's harder to track. But it's obvious that there's a level of projection and a level of like secure, like wanting of security for whatever motives or whatever's happening in their brain. they have to run this narrative or this story to go down, which is like, I don't see how that's not attributed to mental health, right? Like
So
if you're putting your life and everyone else's life, and you're removing the agency of people, like the sovereignty of people having lives around you, especially kids, this is obviously something that you're mentally projecting from your history, from your past. It just looked pretty obvious to me.
and
So
I,
is everybody
I,
else
as a
is everybody else
person-
here so much of a coward they're gonna say that we can prevent school shootings? I'm the only brave one
I
brave
already
enough
told
to
you we
say
can't.
we,
All right,
we
Smith,
can we
I'm
cannot
gonna-
we cannot we can we cannot prevent school shootings.
Everything that you said before, Smith, made me genuinely think like if you're high on drugs or something, because what you said before made like absolute zero sense.
You
Okay,
should listen
and
better.
I'm just gonna say, you should fucking
understand-
articulate your
all right.
speech.
That's
because
Okay,
what you
that's
said
what I said
absolutely
was
makes
what I
sense.
said was
Hey,
we're
I'm
going
gonna
to
sit
we're
here
going
and
we're
say
going
right
to
now,
have
I
let me just
Goku,
explain it to you.
shut
up.
Let me explain to you.
I
We
wanna-
are going to have
Crisis, you
It's my
can't do it.
turn.
You can't
It's literally my.
people
It's,
talk.
We are going-
It's
People
literally
yelling
my
too is
fucking
okay.
turn to
When
speak.
I was
Shut the fuck
talking,
up.
I was got yelled at.
Don't
So
turn.
Hey,
It's
you're-
Smeth
you're
and
so
KBubblez right
stupid.
now. Electro, calm down. It's KBubblez.
No, it
and
was
Smeth.
reserved.
Go, Smeth. Go, Smith.
Oh my
go.
fucking god.
what I said was, if we are going to allow people to have guns and we're going to have that as a high value, there are going to be school shootings, and we can minimize it, but we cannot prevent it.
I agree that we cannot fully prevent school
Okay, so you guys
shootings.
agree.
I wanted to respond to Mel by saying I struggle with mental health issues, right? I have anxiety, I have depression. Guess what? I also have guns. I have a lot of them. And you're basically saying that because I struggle with mental health issues, I shouldn't be able to have a gun or legally be allowed to have a gun. I would never fucking go shoot up a school. I know gun safety. There's nothing wrong with somebody struggling with mental health issues and then having a gun. And I know Bennett actually also, because I've had conversations with him before about this, how he has a thing that says, you know, now in 2023, everybody supposedly says that they have mental health issues, and you know, there's
yeah.
I'm not saying that
That's
if you have
indicative
mental
of
health issues,
people-
you shouldn't be allowed to own guns. But
It
I am
happens
saying there
by
is
law
a
of averages.
pattern amongst a lot of mass shooters who have intense mental health issues. So
Yeah,
there
law
is
of
a correlation
you
between
know,
that.
you know what else?
And it's in
Mental
America
health- you know
too.
what else is a common denominator in school shooters recently and fucking mental health issues? Most of them are fucking transgender. So do we
That's
think
not
that there's-
true. That is
Yo, can
not
CounterPoints
true.
start?
Actually,
CounterPoints start? I
that
want to hear
is
what you guys say.
Here,
well
actually, let's look at the
taken. Look,
statistics.
I have looked
No,
up the
I'll be
statistics.
honest. Let me
I
correct
have
this. Let me,
looked up the
like, I'm a fact
statistics.
checker. I'm a fact checker. I'll just be honest. KBubblez, what you're doing right now is you're taking like a law of like, if it bleeds, it leads in the news, right? So if something's happening and they can trigger people, especially like I said this to you when you read the topics too, I was like, sometimes the AI is gonna. I made these topics specifically. I said, come up with the most controversial topics possible and phrase them in the way that's going to lead to controversial topics. So or conversations. So news companies do the same thing, and so they will show people a bunch of like really recent things, but the statistics far outweigh the denominators and what you're talking about. Just as a reference, counterpoints. You can go, and then Garrett after him. Sorry, and then Bennett.
Yeah, so probably about 5 minutes ago, somebody was talking about school funding and how it's different from state to state and all that kind of stuff. I want to point out that the way that you would cohere a culture around this is federal subsidization. So you wouldn't mandate it at the state level. You would just say, hey, we're passing XYZ billions of dollars of bills and for school security, SROs, all that kind of stuff. If you want to take advantage of it, you have to adopt this training and this standard and this level of security, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Also, when it comes to the balance between, mental health and the public and private stuff, all that kind of stuff, I'm actually a big advocate. A lot of people on the right wing hate me for this, but I'm a big advocate of emergency risk protection orders. They're basically the red flag laws. If somebody's talking shit about shooting someplace up, if they're talking shit about doing a terrorist attack or something like that, you can basically get a court order in order to seize their weapons temporarily, and then they can go see a judge and basically say why it's bullshit. Access to firearms is the biggest factor in my book, not necessarily the mental health. As KBubblez pointed out, almost everybody has some level of anxiety or depression or mental health issues or all that kind of stuff. If we banned people with mental health issues from having firearms, then basically 3/4 of the country would not be able to get firearms. I don't think that's the way that I want the United States to be. Finally, just last little thing, elbow to throw. Gun culture sucks. People on the right wing, I love them. I'm a gun owner. I love guns. I'm very pro 2A, all that kind of stuff. But we're always talking about rights and we're never talking about responsibilities. And I would love it if the Republican Party and the right wing in general started talking about responsibility when it came to firearms.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take my time here.
Go for it.
So basically, why I said yes to why mental health is one of it's one of the biggest factors when it comes to the start of a school shooting. Because as someone who has basically dealt with a lot of like anger issues, I had when I was really young, I was super angry. I would bash my head and everything. Like I would want to hurt people until I overcame that, and I figured out a healthier way of exerting my anger. But when you have these issues, it's you want to hurt you sometimes you want to hurt somebody. Sometimes you want to do something extreme, over the top, to get revenge, to do something that other people will consider heinous. But then you're limited to the weapons that you have at the time. But since now we have the combined mental issues and we have the ease of access to weapons, then we have this school shooting problem. It's concoction. It's not necessarily one thing or the other, because there's different parts to this. But the root of it is the fact that you want to hurt somebody, that these people who commit these crimes actually want to hurt somebody. They have a vendetta. They say, hey, something's really bothering me. This person say, hey, if I'm not the most popular person in the world, say, hey, I don't like these people because they're popular, because they get things that I don't, because they get the kind of respect that I wish I did. Say that's what a lot of people think. A lot of these people think also, like, I'm disrespected by these people. These people don't give me the time of day to be a person, and then this is making me angry. This is triggering a lot of things.
That's
I don't.
You don't. Here's the thing.
I don't
Real quick.
prescribe
Can
to
we
this
let Bennett
conflation.
go?
Yeah, I was gonna say, evil. You can go after Bennett. I just want to let Bennett in, so we all had a chance. Make sure we keep our answers just a little bit more like brief, so people can jump in.
My
apologies.
My apologies.
I just want people to jump in faster.
Yep.
I like quicker. Yeah.
Yeah. So mental health is 100% a contributing factor. It's not, but I don't think it's the biggest factor or the one that we can personally, as a government or as a society, prevent. Because just like Garrett was saying with the parents teaching the kids gun safety, that's an interpersonal relationship. With mental health, it's an interpersonal relationship, whether you're going to seek help or someone around you is going to get you help. You can't always prevent that. And then also, not only is it mental health, but not every mass shooter or situation when it comes like this is a mental health issue. There is pure evil in the world. There are people who just have so much hate in their heart. They don't necessarily have a mental health issue. They're just an evil person and they want to go out and commit evil acts.
There's evil in this world?
Right.
Yeah.
So the biggest issue is, I agree with CounterPoints, is preventing soft targets. Laws are great. A law-abiding citizen is going to follow laws, but when someone goes out and says, I want to go out and kill people, their deterrent is not going to be, well, this gun, I can't legally obtain it to go commit an illegal act.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like there's give and take. So I think the best way to prevent it, like CounterPoint said, is to prevent soft targets, because we can't completely prevent anything. Something's going to slip through the cracks. People are going to find ways. Criminals are the most ingenuitive people in the world, because they will always find ways to do what they want.
I don't
agree.
Mass shooters. I don't consider mass shooters criminals.
I don't agree.
I don't consider them. I don't. The way you're using criminals who repetitively get away with crime, people who are steeped in the life of crime and actually like have smaller incremental exposures towards crime, is not the same thing as some fucking kid who's playing Call of Duty all day and then he fucking buys a rifle and plans like 6 months in ahead that he's gonna blow up the fucking school that he just fucking got abused in when he was a child. It's not the same thing, bro. And I don't
defending criminals,
bro. I don't conflate all mental health. Like, I don't like how it's being conflated, that all this kind of mental health, like from people who have PD,
you're straying from the topic, though.
No, I'm not. With
it's
people
all about
who
mental
do
health,
violence. It's about mental health, bro, because there's people with mental health that actually enact violence because of their mental health. Like, they attack things. They do things. That's different from anybody who
has
problems with words.
Explain to him how that's the CIA.
The CIA's dropping acid in people's Cheerios in order to get them to go do this stuff. No, but the non-mean territory is the reason why I like the soft target model, or like basically distributing law enforcement, all that kind of stuff, having like one SRO per 1,000 students, all that kind of stuff, is because these kind of things are going to happen. But the more difficult you make it, or the more that you increase the response time to be something that's going to be a factor, you're going to deter those things. So, for instance, a soft target, you could just go down to some festival or whatever, there's going to be 500 people stacked up right next to each other. You don't need a gun. You just need a car. So that like desire to inflict mass violence on somebody is still something that they're going to be able to figure out. The question is, can we have a less than 2-minute response time? Can we have a less than 5-minute response time? And can that response time be competent? So for instance, in Uvalde, they lost like 30 kids or 2 classrooms worth of kids because the cops like pussed out, didn't respond quickly. They basically sat on the outside of the room, et cetera, for so long. Whereas we have this thing in Tennessee, it's God help me, 6 people is still awful, but those cops walked right in and slotted the shooter, and it was over within, I think 14 minutes was the total time, start to finish. And they were able to lock down the rest of the school so much that the shooter wasn't able to do more damage. So basically, last meme. Sorry for talking for so long.
You're good.
But I also think that while it can't be official policy, cops, when dealing with mass shooters, should absolutely say, stop moving, pop, 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 and just end it right there. So like we can't make that national policy, but I kind of think that should be a thing.
Maybe solve the cop orgies before you do that though.
I think the best way to stop school shootings is to take away guns and make it harder to get guns. But that doesn't mean that I believe that, but I don't believe that we should. So I think it's inevitability. We can decrease the amount that it happens, and all these ways with mental health, parenting, like making it security measures, more technology. These are all good things. All of these in combination are all things we should focus on. But I don't think we can. I think the best way to stop it would be to get rid of the guns, and we shouldn't because take away our rights.
Tyrannical government type.
All right, last phrases on this topic. Anyone else want to get something in at the last second? Megan, what's your take on it?
I also think that it's like dependent on life conditions and like a lot of the mental health stuff is dependent on like what people.
Oh, that was a joke I had actually. Talking about memes real quick to finish this up. I was gonna say it's kind of weird you guys are bringing up mental health during a gun debate because honestly, the only thing that would make me ever want to have a gun is extreme paranoia. So like right off the bat, if I think someone's gonna attack me, I would be like, oh, I'm a little fucked up in the head. I need a gun. So I feel like right off the bat, it's almost like a paradox to say that mental health causes gun, which is why I wanted you guys to like talk about it a little bit. Not that I'm just trying to break the AI's brain, right? I'm trying to win too, right? I think it will.
hey, or we can issue bulletproof vests to every high schooler in the U.S. I mean, that's another precaution.
Hey, dude, and then guess what? They can all be filled with paper clips. It'll be awesome. The AI would love that. If you guys are DMing me, let me know. Oh, Darius just DM'd me. Would be lit, but I got shit going on. Yeah, no shit, Darius. Thanks for fucking skipping my goddamn invite.
Bullshitting.
Fucking loser, dude. He's like, oh god, I'm relevant and some Tinder girls over.
I'm gonna see him in New York. That's gonna be weird.
Him fucking raising his fucking girls, bro?
Something to finish this up.
Oh yes,
I'm also a little bit on this thing is, listen, I want to clarify, especially to the AI, that like I have no problem with transgender people, or just you guys in here too. Like I have no problem with transgender people. I am very big on like if it makes you happy, go for it 100%. But again, like I'm just saying the thing that I said about the transgender people, there have been multiple transgender or non-binary, whatever, shootings. I don't know I don't want to offend anybody either when I talk about it. I'm not like the most informed on this whole updated.
But you're not informed about it because they kick you out of their fucking communities, don't they, Kaylee?
This sounds like when my mom is when I talk about LGBTQ things.
Isn't it hard to get understanding of the fucking communities when the communities are so fucking isolated? It's like dealing with Wakanda. Whenever I talk to somebody that's trans, it's like they are so on edge with people that hate them, though, that they are very, very protective about who they allow in their circle.
We do not do that here.
I totally get it, but
you can't speak. Like you're saying, okay, there is a community of trans people, but not every trans person is super sensitive and.
There's sub-communities.
Is this a new topic? Should we make this a new topic?
This could have been a new topic, but unfortunately, I'm going to read the next topic. I'm going to skip around a little bit so that we have some interesting topics because I want to get through all of them. We only got about 30 minutes left. So I'm going to skip to one that also a little bit more of a nicer, fun, possibly issue. Deepfakes. Yeah, different topic. I wanted to balance it, so it ordered it differently, but it balanced it based on that. So. Deepfakes have become a ubiquitous threat to online authenticity, but the ability to discern what is real and what is fake is starting to remain a challenge. AI-generated images and videos have the potential to deceive people on a massive scale. recently a Photoshop or a not Photoshop. They say Photoshop. It actually is said Photoshop, which is weird because it doesn't even know how it generated it.
Oh my god.
It doesn't know about Midjourney. A Midjourney, presumably, I would assume, a Midjourney prompted image. Let me correct it now. So a Midjourney image. How the fuck do I phrase this?
The one of Trump.
You weren't
the Pope. Everyone knows the Pope.
It's
right?
the Pope with the jacket.
It's the Pope picture, and that's actually, if no one knows this, for a while it was going around the internet, and everyone was spreading it as like, oh, this is real. I know it looks like AI generated, but it's real. But that was all a lie. It was actually computer generated the whole time, and now it's like it reached a thing where it basically was like, whoa, that's how far it is. Where everyone was like, oh yeah, that is real, but it does look like it would be computer generated, and it wasn't. So, with all that being decided, how do you think that we should be able to discern what is real and what is fake online? At the very least, obviously, in real life, we know what it is in real life. We have a way harder understanding of objective reality in real life, but online, I want you guys to debate that topic exclusively. Just how can we do it for the internet access world? And you guys can start discussing it now.
I think we should create an AI that can discern AI pictures, but gaslights us into thinking that AI pictures are actually real pictures. So that's what I think. That's what I'm just gonna say right here.
This is 100% gonna boil down to media literacy. We have to raise kids in order to be able to discern between what's real and what's fake, and what's bullshit and what's not. And also, is porn is it real, or is it play acting or any of that kind of shit? And then also when it comes to so for instance, in 2014 there was the mass immigration crisis, and then I realized that this is a bunch of people walking with really scary fucking music played over it. And if I hadn't noticed that it was fucking scary music, I would have been totally propagandized, being like, oh, look at all these fucking evil fucking Muslims. But so my point being, you have to teach people, look for the framing, look for the message, look for the song, look for all this, that, the other, to figure out whether or not it's bullshit.
Another way
be able to figure this out.
Okay, so going along with that, I in college was going to the School of Mass Communication and Journalism. One of the tools that they taught us to help figure out if a news story is fake or not, you have reverse image searching. A lot of people aren't aware of this, but you can literally just get the software, reverse image search, something that somebody has posted, to track where it has been posted online, to look at that digital footprint to find out whether it's real or fake. There was a picture of that shark in the water that was going around as a news story, saying there was a shark in the water after a hurricane, but it was easily searched back to.
I'm sorry, Claude. I'm gonna put a little twist on this inquiry, son, because when I think about what the AI is doing, I think about a whole bunch of implications to let's say you are 1 hour away. You just said you and her are 1 hour away, and a deep fake of her being murdered plays on your screen. What's your options now? I know we sit there and we think about this girl. She was crying about someone being porn. Her porn was there and she was all worrying about that. But the kind of scamming, the kind of agency that you could get over someone's life, if you had AI that could legitimately look like you, sound like you, move like you. And
so you're saying you want to abolish revenge porn laws. You want to abolish revenge porn laws completely.
No, I'm actually
to defend men and their very valiant ways. You want to get rid of all revenge porn laws so that anyone can just post whatever pictures they want and claim that it's a deep fake based on a 12-person jury's opinion whether the image is the deep fake. You don't want to take any objective claims into any of this stuff.
No, we're gonna
need no way to prevent that, right?
No, we're gonna need more physical reality in there. Just like you opened here, you said
then we have to delete the internet.
Remove it. Exactly.
So
or zone it out.
Why is your solution to delete the internet?
Bro, the internet is what, bro? It's still a series of tubes under the ocean.
It's not. No, it's
not the satellites. No, it's not.
The internet, dude. The internet is way more than the series of tubes.
Like the intersubjectivity.
If you know anything about the infrastructure,
I would have never met Smeth if it wasn't for the internet.
And if you know about the infrastructure of the internet, you will know that without the ISP buildings, without the big ass substations, and without those fucking giant cables underneath the sea, you will not have no internet, bro.
Wait,
Scotland
Eagle,
ain't
are
a
you
thing.
trying to dox
So
those
why wouldn't you
cables?
just
What?
put
They're all gonna go cut the
restrictions
cables now
or
under the
something?
sea.
The sharks know.
Little Mermaid is
All
about
right,
to go.
all right,
Go ahead.
all right. So let's boil this down a little. Okay, AI is a useful tool. Just like a lot of useful tools in our society, there is possibility for danger in most of them.
Look at John
And-
Zerka.
Yeah, okay. But there's possibility for danger in all of them, and it's getting so dangerous now to the point that like tech CEOs like Elon Musk and just a few other individuals are calling for its halt. So we should. You know, are you a tech CEO? Are you a tech CEO?
Yeah,
Are you
Gooding is my
futurist?
startup. Listen,
Okay.
I'll be
All
honest real
right,
quick.
all
I'll be honest with you.
I'm
There's
almost done.
two
I'm almost
options you
done.
have to this question, okay? You have two options for this. You can all agree with what he just brought up. We can merge this topic together. There is two options for AI. AI will get so bad that it is completely impossible to discern reality from on the internet versus what's actually real. The Instagram models you are talking to will be fake. The OnlyFans models you're subscribed to will be fake. Porn will be generated completely fake. But that also means that every bad thing you could possibly think of will also be happening. So what do you want to do? Do you want to delete AI/pause AI, or
Personalized,
do you want to
personal.
accelerate?
Let me talk. I've been
Personal.
fucking waiting.
Take
Counterpoints. Counterpoints. You do. You haven't talked either, have you? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, so I'll be really quick. No, France already solved this. So France basically made it a law where you have to label
France is
manufactured images.
on fire right now. What are you talking about?
That's a
Okay,
horrible
listen
solution.
to the one. Listen to the one point, not them fucking throwing baguettes at each other in the fucking street. They came up with legislation that basically said that on social media, if an image is modified, if they operate within France or whatever, they have to disclose it. So when it comes to the Photoshop, AI, deepfakes, all that kind of stuff, all that shit has to be disclosed, or else it's civilly liable. I am 100%. I am 100% okay if somebody's doing if somebody's creating deep fake porn of other people, or if somebody is doing deep fake fucking revenge shit or something like that. I am perfectly fine with those people being criminally or civilly liable if they use it, 1, to scam, or 2, to profit. And then on the profit thing, like Cutie Cinderella or something like that, if that person made a shitload of money off of her fucking deep fake porn or whatever, they should have to pay the royalties to Cutie.
Yo, can you ask me?
You're forcing people. You shut up. You shut up. You've talked a million hours. Forcing people to label, forcing people to label this stuff is good, and it's like that's the way the law should be, but it's not really going to stop it. I think it's still going to become ubiquitous, and it's going to be like to actually litigate that. It's going to be like a real uphill struggle. I think that we're going to get to the point where already, if you see stuff in text, you already have an assumption like, oh, this might be a lie. Like we already assume every story that we read might be fucking wrong. So it's just going to be like fucking 10 years from now, every image we see, we're going to assume, oh, this probably is fake, and we're gonna have to, and we already do this with all information. We're all into our little bubbles. We're like, oh, if we get it from the right person, if you're like a fucking Nazi or whatever, you go to a fucking whatever Nazi website and you're like, oh, they said this, I believe it. If you're like an MSNBC bro, you go to MSNBC, oh, they said this, I believe it. We're gonna have to have
Did you just
ways.
call Fox Nazis?
No, I said
Yo,
Nazi
what if
place,
it's a
like
virus,
Daily
bro?
Stormer, right?
That's
Where's the
the
Nazis?
opposite?
What if
The
it's
Daily
a
Wire.
virus, bro?
It's the
What
Daily
if
Wire.
it's a
Actually,
virus?
the real Nazis are on Destiny.gg, but continue.
Yeah, no, the Nazis are not. Yeah, it's not
So
Fox.
what
No,
if
but
they're not.
They're not Fox
They're
News.
all attacking a Jew right now, Smith.
I'm not-
Continue your story.
I'm not talking
They're trying
about
to
Fox
kill
News.
a Jew literally in front of you right now, but continue on.
Yes.
They're trying so hard.
Son, they hunt you your whole
Yeah,
life,
dude,
bro.
I wanted to do that. At the end of this, Mr. Girl's gonna come out literally being like, "That was the Holocaust."
No, I wanted to point that out. I wanted to point out that like 2
We'll get
Jews
to that
got
topic
chased out of the
later.
community. Is this not wildly anti-Semitic? But I didn't want people to lean too hard into that meme.
Well,
But
they got chased out of this community for actually being very Jewish and being like emotionally having like Jewish conversations. Yes.
True. They were argumentative. They were emotional. They thought, they presented a lot of interesting thought experiments. How are you saying that they're not being anti-Semitic?
Can y'all answer what if the
Evil-
AI was a virus? Well, what if
Yes.
it was a virus, bro?
It
And
can't be a
like
virus.
you got infected
Oh
with
my
an
God.
AI.
How
that
is it? How
harassed
is it a virus?
Son, it's fucking amalgamating your reality, bro. It's just like
You are
following some
amalgamating my
protocol.
reality. I'm never gonna give you money.
What if you caught a virus and it
Now
just
what?
like started harassing you and making deepfakes?
It did.
About
That's
you?
literally what happened 3 years ago. It's called COVID.
Son, bro. All right, yeah, that was 5D, bro. I'm out.
I'm somebody. He goes, I'm out. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Hold it, bro. Come on.
Hello, Megan, what's
I'm
up?
just starting.
Oh, sorry.
You're just now starting?
I'm good.
All right. Well, I'm excited. Does anyone else have any takes on the deepfake thing? Megan, you're somebody that's probably had to deal with this concept, right? Do you want to talk about the deepfake situation? About the Pope, you know, the Pope, that picture of the Pope. Just use everything that you're gonna say in the context of the Pope picture. That was.
Are we talking about this one?
Yes, that picture
Okay.
is AI generated. Yes,
He's got the absolute
I
drip.
think that
Elon posted.
Again, that was after
so
he
like
posted.
I think that
the
everything
upload,
should
yeah.
be able to be fact checked in some way, like community.
NFTs.
I like
Now,
community.
you will keep saying
I like
NFTs.
community notes, and I like people being able to like fact check the truth on things, or like have control over if something's not true, or they didn't want something posted for like. So I guess with deep fakes and stuff, if people didn't want that posted or something, then they can like take it down.
Well,
Yeah.
it's also like what Counterpoint said though. Like media literacy shouldn't just be taught like in my journalism classes. It should be taught, especially now in like elementary schools, since everybody's being exposed to the internet, especially at a younger age.
You guys,
Right.
you guys think we're gonna be talking about that kind of shit? You're just hooking yourselves up to Chat GPT and it's over.
Kids.
Huh?
I strongly disagree with teaching anybody at an elementary school age anything that serious, whether
Yeah,
it
middle
comes to
school, high
like
school.
internet, middle school, high school, yeah.
Yeah.
elementary school,
Okay,
absolutely
K-Bubblez,
not.
I have to keep changing your topic. One thing
Change
you
the
mentioned
topic.
earlier, I don't want to be mean to you because I love that you're here and thank you very much for
Of
gracing
course.
me with your presence and stuff. However, I have to just correct one thing. You said something earlier about how I don't care if you make me believe in it, and now you're talking about how like you don't want to teach kids about things that aren't real or serious. But like, are you basically saying that you're not going to tell your kids about Santa Claus?
No,
Maybe.
I'm telling my
Does it matter
children-
whether it exists or not?
This where it comes down to is I am not for teaching my children things that young impressionable minds should like
a fat jelly man that delivers presents down their chimney every year.
that is completely different than teaching kids about like
The big bad scary world.
penis, vagina.
No, it's
It's
telling
not.
them.
It's not about
Anal
porn.
penetration.
No, yeah, I don't think.
Penetration.
I'm saying
Anal
transgender and sex
penetration.
stuff
Anal
should not
penetration.
be
I love
taught
anal
to
penetration.
elementary school
Anal
kids.
penetration.
Sorry,
Anal
but taking it up the rear is
penetration.
great.
I
Alright.
think we're going off on a context like it's not just about the porn. I think what it is, it's just as a society, and just like with anything, it's an adapt and get smarter, and just like
Yes.
know your shit. It's just like a picture, like when everyone's grandma posts a picture of fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi thinking it's Jesus Christ on
True.
fucking Facebook. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's a meme. It's like just adapt and be smarter and
Man,
just
that's how I
what
know-
the fuck's going
Go
on.
atheist.
That's how I know
Yeah.
you're.
I do want to make
Go
an
ahead.
ending point for this subject, or like because you're kind of asking if we're wrapping it up or whatever. So I gotta say, anybody who's worked retail or restaurant 40 hours a fucking week at any point in their fucking life, watching fucking Cutie Cinderella and the other fucking people like fucking crying because they had deepfake porn fucking made of them and shit.
Jesus. Fuck.
Nobody who worked in the fucking wage cave gave a shit. Like it might as well have been that fucking gif of that fucking like Woody Harrelson crying into the fucking dollar bills or whatever. That's
Mhm.
like, I'm
Okay,
sorry
so-
you're hot. I'm sorry you're rich. I'm sorry you're famous. I'm sorry people want to see you naked.
Hey, just so
sorry.
you
It
know,
kinda
she
reminds
has
me
a
of the Hunger
boyfriend, okay?
Games.
Counterpoint. Stop trying to hit on Cutie Cinderella. Jesus.
Well, they just
Listen, she's a good-looking
everybody
gal.
still
a
gave
boyfriend
their
with a hole in
info.
his chest.
I will say this as Cutie Cinderella's old friend. Nobody is downloading her deepfakes because she's hot. That's not true. I love her to death. That was purely because of who she was, and I think
True.
that's the
Very
point.
true.
That's the point that sucks. Is like you have your identity stolen from you, and you have to imagine in your situation what it would be like if I went live and started calling myself CounterPoints and was like, I'm CounterPoints, and then you were like, that's my name, and I'm like, I'm on kick.com/CounterPoints. You're on whatever the fuck shitty website you're on, CounterPoints. I'm the real CounterPoints, and you'd be like, fuck. That's what it
NFTs,
is.
So you
NFTs,
want more-
NFTs.
you
We
want
can prove it.
NFTs.
Stop saying NFTs.
NFTs.
So you want more
Hold up.
legal repercussions? That's what you
Hold
want?
up.
NFTs?
Give me
I
a
wish-
30% cut of your fucking revenue. I will not give a fuck.
Oh,
I
only
wish I was
30%.
famous
That's so
enough for
generous.
someone to make deep fake porn of me.
Bennett.
I would want to profit off of it, though.
Hell
Bennett,
yeah.
give Smeth an hour.
I
You're
made
good.
it. That's
Yeah, I know. I got some hookups. I got someone to make it of me.
Smeth's already
someone
like
makes-
he's like, I'm gonna make an OnlyFans with myself.
This guy's
When
stealing
someone
all
makes
of our
deepfake
identities, making porn of
when
us.
someone- yeah, when someone makes deepfake porn of me, that's when I know I made it. I appreciate all
Yeah.
y'all.
Damn straight.
All right. Any
Damn
final
straight.
topics on the deepfake thing? Anyone wants to say something last minute? We have 1 or 2 topics left.
NFTs.
I thought it was
NFTs,
stupid that
NFTs.
guy was crying and apologizing for jerking off to a Pokemon deepfake.
It wasn't.
He wasn't
okay.
really sorry.
That was
Imagine-
not. Okay, that
imagine
was so much more
apologizing for
context.
jerking
Yeah,
off.
deepfake,
So much
bro.
more context you
That's
missed, but I love
I
that
was
that's how you
like,
phrase
is
it.
this a joke? Like, Claw will show me things a lot of the
I-
time, and I'll not
'cause-
understand. I'll be like, are they joking or like, is it it's like?
So
no,
I was
this
like,
is-
okay, because you have to realize this. Like, obviously, when he went live and said that, that was not the first time he had like admitted that in front of people. He got caught the stream before, accidentally browsing it, and it went viral. And then it was like, oh my god, how do I deal with this? Then his best friend's wife was one of the girls that he was looking at on the page. Right, so it just looks like it's so bad. He then has to explain himself in the worst way. Like, it's a sitcom episode, not a reality situation, right? It's something that like happens to JD from Scrubs, but should never have happened to a real person in life.
okay.
Where like you had that
I
situation.
What
love
about a
JD.
deepfake
But-
NTR, bro? What about
but-
deepfake NTR? Like deepfake
His-
cuck?
Are
What
you
about
saying?
deepfake
Are you saying evil that there's videos out there of you watching your girlfriend get railed right now that we
Bro,
should be wary of?
how much have I been streaming? I only got 100 subscribers. What about Sneeko?
Dude,
He counted the pumps, bro.
Smith has
It
a
could be
perfect
out
3D
there.
model of you already. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're gone. You've shown your
Hold on,
face
hold
too
on.
much.
No,
Yo, I
wanna
did
shout
Dick
out-
Salvo Live Loon server. I did Dick Salvo it.
Okay, Atriox or Altrioc or whatever the fuck his name is or
Atrioc, yeah.
whatever.
Eltrioc.
Big A.
I wish it was Atriox from Halo. But anyways, like his overcompensation though, I think should be given some credit. I think he started like a $65,000 like legal fund or some shit like that, so like girls could like pull their shit down. And then also I think that he engaged like an AI system or something like that that basically puts cents on the dollar for DMCA claims of fucking deepfake shit or whatever. So while incredibly publicly embarrassing to be caught, you know, looking at your friend's lady or whatever, in that kind of way, he still turned it into something pretty cool. I think, as cringe-inducing as it is, he turned it into something good.
And again, we say cringe-inducing, but we remember that this is a man who's connected to the internet for his job all the time. Probably found out the concept that this was happening, started to look up his own close friends to see if they were on there as well, and got caught accidentally. I don't think he was
Mansplaining.
jerking off to fucking Cutie Cinderella porn. I don't know how clear I have to be that nobody would jerk off to Cutie
Why
Cinderella
can't you do both?
Not about her being
Can't
unattractive.
you do both, bro?
Because it's not about her being unattractive. It's about the fact that,
Sister. It's his
unfortunately
sister.
for her, she does not portray herself as a sexual being like
True.
porn stars
Very
do.
true. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what's
okay,
fantasizing
listen.
about it for men.
Yeah.
So it was
Listen,
a complete
even if-
accident that snowballed out of control.
You're piercing the
Okay,
veil.
listen, if I was asexual, and
I don't
you
give a
said that
fuck
you-
about piercing the veil.
No, that's what's
if
sexy about
If I
it.
was asexual and you said that I'm not attractive enough for you to jerk off to me, I would still take an insult.
Dude,
for that.
the only
That would
thing you're
still-
asexual about is you're a sexual predator, okay? Sorry, that was an old Bob Sevinger.
Yeah, that was gonna say stone. Very strong.
Classic memes.
Classic. Hey, we're getting back into it, boys. Next week, Bob Seven will return.
Oh no.
And for
yeah.
Connor.
Bob would have.
Maybe.
Or
We'll
Connor.
we'll get everybody. We'll get John Zirk will never be on
Should
the
I
show.
just
can we
send
get
him
Raj
a link
Patel?
right now?
Yeah,
just send
yeah,
Bob the link right
hold
now?
on, real quick. We'll get Raj Patel
Wait.
on. I can call him real quick. Hold on. Hello, it's me, Raj Patel. Raj Patel live stream. Hello.
Oh boy.
Is that racist?
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it is.
One face is a white
funny.
guy.
It's
That's
funny,
pretty
though.
racist. Sorry. I actually
It's okay.
loved.
This
I
may
loved
be
Raj.
mishandled.
I will say I loved Raj. That's pretty honest. What
Raj
do you want
was
to say,
great.
Megan? Go ahead.
Raj, not Austin.
I love
Mm,
Raj.
I love
Times
Raj.
have changed, okay?
Yeah.
Times
Raj.
have changed. All right. We have 2 more topics left. We're gonna
I'm
start with
sending Bob the link, okay?
Yeah, okay. When Bob joins and he goes, "Hey Kaylee, what's your number?" I'm leaving. I don't care.
I'm very fertile.
All right, we're gonna go. I don't have that topic. I know Kaylee, you wanted that topic. I don't have it written for this one because I changed them at the last minute. So let me see if I have a different one. Oh, here's a big good one actually. Okay, so obviously with AI and everything else that's happening in the world, there's a lot of weirdness going on in the political spectrum. So reparations for slavery have been a topic of debate in the United States for decades. However, a recent proposal in California has reignited the conversation. The proposal, which includes financial compensation, land, name changes, and educational initiatives, aims to address the long-standing effects of slavery and systemic racism in the state. It's just in California. Is this proposal a step towards achieving racial justice, or does it create more controversy and division? And I want to reiterate that this proposal says that $7.6 million will be given to every black person who claims that their ancestors were slaves. And I don't know the legal, the objective ramifications of how they determine that factor, but that's what the factor is, and that's what the financial number is. But the rest of it is like, I think the rest of it is what's more interesting. The name changes, the educational initiatives, should not those things be available to anyone all the time, always? Like, yes, I don't get why. Okay,
yeah,
so
100%.
So yeah. So with all that being said, is this call for reparations that seems to stem from blue states more than red states, obviously? Do we think that that is some sort of way to trigger people into a more divisive world, or are they actually asking for these things to happen? And should there be some sort of compromise on what those numbers are?
I don't think there's a conspiracy to trigger people. I think they're doing it out of like the kindness of their hearts. Yeah. And they're just retarded. I like what they should do. Like if you made it for just poor people who needed help, like in California, you're fucking massively going to be helping black people. If you're going to massively be helping black people.
California evil?
No. And
the way this law plays out, the way this law plays out is you're going to mostly, if you did it,
the woke mind virus started in Portland. That's why.
Africa, and then they brought us over.
How'd they get all the way over to Portland from West Africa?
Exactly, bro.
How?
Exactly.
It's called the woke mind virus.
The way this law plays out is you're going to have just a small segment of like white people that are just like really poor, and the black people around them are gonna just have like their lives improved and shit, and they're just gonna fucking become really racist and resentful.
They're probably already racist.
They're already racist.
Thank you, evil. They're already racist.
About, bro?
Like 1,000. I
massively racist, bro. Massively.
Poor white people living in LA they probably live right next to black people. Like they probably don't.
Yeah, they do. But
they're probably not racist.
The death rate for homeless is a lot higher, especially for cold and systematic destruction, over here, bro, than it is for over there. Y'all got fucking parks.
Wait, where? Where's over here?
I want some data on if the poor white people
over there is.
Son, bro, you go over there to live.
Over there? Where's over there?
Like the death over there, I'm talking about on West Coast, bro.
Oh, the California,
West Coast. Yes.
You're saying it's nicer to be homeless in the West Coast.
Hell yeah. What?
Okay.
You could sleep outside.
I would agree with that.
If they would literally, like, the only thing you really got to deal with is rich people coming to beat you and kill you. You don't got to deal with shit being mad cold and you dying, bro. Or you drugged out mad hard and you on the platform.
They're drugged out still.
Fapping this shit.
Dude, I've seen they live, okay? They're still drugged out. They think aliens are killing everybody.
My quick question, Alex, how much did you say per
it was $7.6 million per individual that could prove.
So that being said, I got my ancestry DNA kit and it said something about me being like 1% African. Do I get something?
Yes. Yeah. If you can prove that you can prove that your ancestor was a slave.
Can I get 99 times that?
No, evil. That's not fair. Listen,
I would say
evil. Did you know that when we first moved to this? Look, I'm gonna come out as what my ethnicity is. Okay, I'm Irish. All right, back in the day, they said no blacks, no Irish.
I don't know what I am, nigga. I don't know what I am. I'm just black. What you talking about? Bro, I can't it go further.
First off, evil. You do know where you are. You're black.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair.
I am. I actually don't know what I am because I'm only like 50% sure because I don't know who my dad is. So evil, are you saying that you know who your father and mother are?
Black people don't fucking know where from Africa they're from. That's fucking bullshit. That's insane.
Okay, but they know that they're from. Hey, whoa, Smeth. I don't even know where from America I'm from, but I'm from America, and also I'm Irish.
That's because you don't know your dad, though.
But I don't. No shit, bro. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
No, but the point is that the reason it happens for black people is because they were shipped off in slaves, not because they don't know their dad.
Yeah, what, 400 years ago?
Yes, 400 years. That's the point I want to be making. The reason we shouldn't do reparations is because it's been too fucking long.
When did your parents get here?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, my parents live in the United States.
Okay, when did your grandparents get here?
I don't fucking know. I think I'm like third generation Greek.
Third generation. Okay, so you're saying that a white person that generated within one generation, like a second generation American, should also get the same reparation rights, correct?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we shouldn't give them reparations.
They were brought over for the same reasons.
I'm just saying that black people don't know what fucking where their fucking genetic heritage comes from in Africa. Where you're white, you're like, I'm Irish.
Okay,
black people don't know where the fuck they're from.
As a 2023 human individual on Earth,
please
go for it.
God, yeah. So okay, number one. So no, reparations should not be like direct cash transfers. They should all be institutional, infrastructural stuff. I think it should be accessible to all poor people. So it should be an on-ramp in order to get like financial parity, so more people can be middle class and working class and all that kind of shit. I don't like the racialization of the shit because I do think it builds up resentment. When it comes to black people don't know where they come from or whatever the fuck. The reason why I don't like this fucking meme is because it's bullshit. Basically, they came from fucking West Africa. 80% of them were taken from the like slave kingdom of Benin.
That's not what they're saying when they say
you
that.
You are from. No, I guarantee you are from West Africa.
I'm not. That's not what I mean. No, stop. Let me respond to this. Let me respond to this.
Let him respond.
No, this is factually.
Just don't
it is factually.
Don't be evil.
When you say you're Scottish, right? You're going to a language. You're going to like your family lineage, like your grandfather's last name. You're going to like food. You're going to culture. We don't got that shit. It's gone, bro.
Yes, you do.
No, it's monetized and it's obfuscated. But
I'm not talking about American.
Your whitey fucking history or looking up. You can go and get fucking literal texts and books that was in your family for generations. Bro, we cannot do that. Fuck out of here.
There wasn't a lot of documentation held on slaves that came over.
I cannot get any of my documentation.
They made them adopt their own names.
The fucking Library of Alexandria was burned. Okay,
regardless, even if you did that, there's still a structure out there respected by America to be something. If you came up and said you're Scottish, you could actually sit there and play a Scottish role. You could sit there and think to yourself that you have this kind of coherence in reality, bro. Black people don't got that. You always got to validate where from whitey you came from.
Okay. So I want to address this seriously because I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm literally just trying to describe things that I think can be modify your perspective.
He can't be pissed off. He's fine.
So, okay. So what I'm trying to say is like almost all of West Africa, from South Africa to basically like Mali, all those people speak Bantu. That's the one language that they speak. The other language that's spoken in that area is Khoisan, and that's in like one specific area. But the reason why they all speak the same language is because they all migrated there. Not only that, but they basically all fucked with yams. And the reason why is because it grows in that area, and that was their main staple. Not only that, but you can go to each one of these areas and you can basically figure out their individual cultures, where they came from, what their history was like, whether or not they were Muslim, whether or not they were Christian, whether or not they were pagan, whether or not they were all that kind of shit. Now, you might not know whether or not you're from South Africa or basically like Benin or Mali or some shit like that, but there's still shit that you can learn. And not just that, but there's a whole like super deep, rich American history. So for instance, like one of the stories, there's two stories that I love. I'll try to be quick about them. One of them was a Civil War slave who escaped, stole a Confederate ship, snuck his ass up to the fucking north. I'm pretty sure he fucking killed some Confederates on his way, joined the Union Army, fought in the fucking war, survived, became a business owner and a fucking millionaire.
That's Donald
where
Glover's
fucking
dad.
Black people come from.
That was Donald Glover's dad.
Probably. And not just that, another quick story. in the 1950s. They literally just came out with this movie 30 seconds ago. I think it's called Devotion or some shit like that. It's about the first black naval aviator who fucking got past everybody's bullshit, became a naval aviator, and won everybody's respect so bad that when he got shot down, his co-pilot, who was in a different plane, crashed his plane trying to save his fucking life. So, if your understanding of black history, if your understanding of black history isn't rich, that's a purposeful choice on your part.
Hold on. Let me say something,
dude. He said it earlier. He just said he's greedy. He wants $7.6 million, and he wants you to shut the fuck up until he gets it.
That's a natural powerful American. That just sounds like Americans. That just sounds like Americans, bro. I don't know.
We all are
Hold on. About the fucking tribes in Africa thing. Like that's like telling like someone that's Romani or Gypsy that they come from wherever the fuck they come from. Like they have a history of being like outcasts and shit. Yeah. I don't think reparations should happen. I think it causes fucking like people to be more racist and shit. But I think that you to dismiss the feeling of like cultural isolation that African Americans feel because you can point to them that they probably came from West Africa is really insensitive, because I think Africans don't feel like African Americans are the same, and African Americans don't feel like they're like we're not the same anymore, and so they've lost that. For so long, they were disconnected.
Do you think I highly identify with like my Celtic roots? Do you think that
True.
I eat fucking potatoes and chug liquor and fucking beat my wife?
No,
like,
you don't, and I don't identify. I don't identify. No, you're right. You're right. I don't identify with being. That's not my point. That's not my point. The reason I don't identify with being Greek either. But the thing is, I have a choice because there's no separation. I could be like, okay, well, I'm gonna embrace my Greekness. If you're African American was like, I'm gonna embrace my West Africanness. It's just so like it doesn't ring the same.
It's cringy because you're actually
I'm telling you right now.
You're born in America, you're raised in America. And the reason, listen, I'm not talking like I have no knowledge on, any of this stuff. I feel bad for people who were slaves. I think that people
God.
I think that why can't we spend why are we going to give money to people who have never experienced slavery just because their ancestors from all this time ago did?
Exactly.
And why can't we...
They don't even realize that. That's what I'm saying, Jemiah. Like, I'll be telling people, I'm not gonna.
What?
Oh my God.
No, because what I'm saying is like, why can't we spend money on doing something like protecting our children or helping single mothers? I'm not like racial profiling or whatever, like saying it needs to be only for this certain person, but like what entitles like somebody who's African American to get like millions of dollars just because their ancestor had to go through slavery?
Their ancestors weren't paid for it though. So I think if they can prove
they're
that
they're not them.
So people who in the past who have built things in this country are paid for them, and their families are still paid for them. That's why if you can prove that your African American heritage in the past of this country from slavery built this country, if you can prove it, you should have reparations.
I pay right now are going to go to somebody who did no work to build any of this.
You want your tax dollars going to the $1 billion?
I want my
to go
tax
fight
dollars.
wars in other countries.
I absolutely do not support how much money went to Ukraine or anything like that. I don't know.
That makes sense.
No, what?
They already do.
I think
so why not?
I think first off, I love that Kaylee and Mel are like polar opposites on this. You guys have to be regulars on this thing. This is awesome. But go ahead, ElectroCrisis.
I got one. The reason I haven't said anything about this is I have one statement. I'm fine with reparations, just not 7.8 million. Sure, you want $300,000? Sure, I mean that's fine with me. But if that's the case, I want reparations from my dad's side and the Mayans that were enslaved by the Spanish in Mexico. I want reparations from my mom's side because my literal great grandpa was in Auschwitz and got liberated from the camp. And I want every other incident of slavery to have reparations from whatever country that it was slave from. If you're gonna signal out one event of slavery and say, oh, this is the worst thing in the world, everyone should get paid for this, then you got to do all of it.
ElectroCrisis. The problem with that, ElectroCrisis, is that anyone that has to date you would also be suing for reparations for having to date you as their slave. Does that make sense? Like when you start to make it that subjective and that like non-definitive, it makes it so anyone can just be like, well, I was basically his slave, and then I'm basically Google's slave, Amazon, I'm the slave of Amazon. It's like, no, you accepted a contract and you have to agree with it to a certain extent. Now, whether a bunch of slaves back in the day signed a piece of paper that said, I'll be a slave for living wages or like to live on the farm or whatever. I don't know if that's true or not. I highly doubt it because I don't think that the farmers back in the day had any idea of what the fuck contract even was. So I think that
you bugging,
overall,
bro.
no, I think overall what the biggest problem is that everything is not transparent. There are people that are getting more. The biggest problem right now in the music industry, for instance, is the exact same situation where people feel like their owners, the people that own their masters, are getting more profits than they are, and so they're creating new ecosystems right now that go outside of that system. And I think that, if anything, is proving the point that you guys are all trying to make, that it needs to go back to the people that are actually doing the work. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. And if we could increase that number by a certain percentage for people that did not have the same luxuries in life, as long as we could quantify that objectively without looking at race, I would agree with it. I just don't believe that looking at race and being like,
you looked at race in the past though, bro.
I've never looked at
own
the
up
race.
to that.
I've never looked at the race.
The systems you use to live.
Evil. You don't know me.
Used to live, bro. The system that built America.
Find me one time I did not. Find me one time.
It's not about you.
No, it is. It's about me when it's talking about me.
Where you live. Where you live.
Where did I live? You don't know where I've lived. I've lived literally up, dude. I've lived so many places because I moved.
That's actually, bro. I wanted to tell you this too. The thing when black people come from West Africa, why do you think there's been so much time where we had the maneuverability to be able to move different places? When did black people get the access to be able to move from one state to another? No, please,
bro.
Please,
I'll tell you.
Bro.
You're describing the 1940s, but for Jews,
bro.
I get it,
bro.
Dude, you don't.
I'm telling you, when did black people actually begin to be able to migrate, bro? To change where they were from?
In the 50s.
In the 1950s? No.
There was
Yes,
sharecropping in the 50s.
Oh my God! Tell me one family. Show me one family that was from this point forward. Obviously, civil rights happened in the 60s, right? But find me one family from like the 50s onward where like there was like extreme racism. Find me one.
God, can you? Now you're gonna make me do
CounterPoints.
I have to be Destiny. I have to be fucking.
You have to be Destiny.
Yeah. God
Go
damn
for
it.
it. Be leftist.
Okay. No, so the whole point of this shit. Hold up, I got you. So my grandparents or my great grandparents were Irish immigrants. Okay, I can make all the fucking bitches that fucking Irish immigrants make. My grandparents were both World War II veterans, and they capitalized off of the GI Bill in order to get a college education, and they bought the shittiest house on the best side of town so my kids or their kids could go to decent schools. My parents went to decent schools, got fucking, all these degrees and bullshit. Their brothers and sisters did that shit too, and they all were fucking middle class. So if you were a fucking World War II veteran and you were black and you fought in fucking segregated units and then you came home, you probably weren't even fucking told about the GI Bill, or you could only go to fucking black universities that were outside of reach. And on top of that, your living expenses weren't paid. So you weren't able to fucking go to college. So you couldn't get that 4-year degree in order to get that white collar job. And even if you got the fucking white collar job, you weren't allowed to move into the nice neighborhood. You had to go to the shitty neighborhood. And if you couldn't afford the fucking school, then you went to a public school. And if you went to a fucking public school that was segregated, then your kids went to a shitty public school. And even if they were smart and they were fucking capable, they might have gotten dragged down by the kids around them. And so for every fucking kid that was a part of that system, that there was probably, if there were 2 white kids and both of them made it, there was 1 black kid who made it and there was 1 black kid who didn't, who could have fucking made it. So when you look at that intergenerationally and you look at how money gets passed through families, when you look at renting and all that kind of bullshit, you look at families that are not able to pass intergenerational wealth. Final point before I shut the fuck up. I am in a house right now that is probably worth $400K. I bought it from my parents for $200K. And the reason why I was able to do that is because they were able to use their intergenerational wealth to buy multiple properties so they could retire in a different place. So my kid's going to public school, but guess what? He's going to a public school where they got tablets and shit, where all the fucking rich white kids go, where the fucking bills are paid, and chances of there being a mass shooting, it's only going to happen because of fucking goth kid, not because of gang shit. So basically, I'm perfectly fine with saying like, hey, reparations are fucking cringe and it should be for all the fucking poor people. But I'm also willing to say black people did get fucked over, and it does matter when it comes to long-term financial and family health.
What do you gotta say about that,
we need
Bennett?
systemic solutions to systemic problems.
I wish I had a family.
Oh shit, you put me on the spotlight. No, I totally agree. No, it's there's definitely has been systematic racism in our country, and I think, I mean, it's such a huge problem that, I mean, I can't even begin, especially as a white kid that grew up middle class. Like, I don't know what it's like to be black.
I'll be honest, Bennett. I'm not gonna make any judgments here, but you look like you're pretty cultured. You look like you're pretty cool. You got a bunch of hand tattoos and shit. I want to be like completely clear. Like, how rich were your parents?
Not really. You know, I
Okay.
grew up in like a condominium area. You know, it wasn't a great area, but it wasn't like
We
a
know
ghetto.
poor as fuck. What do you mean?
Well,
That's not
yeah, but
like-
I mean, I grew up all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't fucking hungry every day. You know, maybe
It's
I
all
didn't
about how
have-
you look at it, really.
Right, yeah,
You got a hand tattoo, bro. Something went wrong somewhere.
Yeah.
Wait,
His dad would have loved to see a
Club.
clip of that.
He will
Oh my
probably,
God.
dude. He'll be on all social medias. I
Very
have
true.
a fucking
Oh, yeah.
algorithm generating clips after this thing. So, all right, very interesting. Does anyone have any last minute takes on this topic? This is about the reparations talk. Does anyone have any last? You can.
If we were
make
gonna
it-
have if we're
I
gonna have
will say-
reparations,
I will say
Okay.
that I
Then you,
do
Smith.
think I do think that, you know, you should be paid out, but millions and millions of dollars I think is ridiculous. I think that there's other things, or not just like Counterpoint said, not just like a direct cash deposit, something that will be, you know, benefiting
Anyone that applies.
yeah.
Like the PPO, like the PPP loans from COVID,
PPP.
right?
Pee-pee.
So can we? That was my only take on the whole thing, right? My take on the reparations thing is when I saw that post, I was like, well, didn't they already get reparations during COVID when their like small business loans shot up like 40%?
No.
Oh no, evil. Oh, you want to stop me? Oh, you want to get your
Mad
daddy?
black-
You want to
no,
get your
mad
daddy
black
Destiny to
folk.
come to defend it for you, or do you want me to
Actually,
destroy
no,
you
I
right
know.
now?
I
Okay, let's
clipped
go right now. Let's
Destiny
debate
saying-
right now about this. Okay, let's
Yo,
go.
Destiny ate them
Why?
shits up, bro.
Why? Destiny also took PPP loans, okay? What the fuck did you know about
That's
PPP
my
loans?
whole
Do you know
point.
that the majority of people that
know
took PPP
that
loans have not paid them back?
majority of
That they were
people-
lying
No.
about the businesses that they were doing?
Do
So the
you even
majority of
know
them
how
were
they came
BLM
out?
supporters?
Yo.
That every single person that literally supported
Yo, let
BLM
me get
and the
this in.
PPP loans are actually fucking embarrassing.
What are you
And the
talking about,
entire
BLM?
system was a little...
Bro,
Dude, the entire system was a
my
goddamn
mom's-
sham.
my mom's
Anyone can get a
run-
bunch of money from the
Yo,
government so that they spend more money than every single war
Bro,
combined in
stop,
the past 2
bro,
years for this. I'm
stop.
not gonna stop.
Bro,
I
hold
Hold on,
sang a
no,
song
can
about
I
this.
moderate? Can I moderate?
My mom's again. My family runs a nonprofit ambulance corps. My mom's run.
Oh, she's a nonprofit ambulance
Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Wait, what is
Bro,
that? Explain that. I need to know what the fuck that is before
I'm
you
telling
continue.
you three.
What are we talking
different-
about?
three
These are not
different
businesses.
nonprofit
You're naming
businesses.
random
Three
shit.
different
You're naming your
nonprofit-
family's businesses
No.
that they made up to get money for PPP loans that they did not want to intend to pay back.
Couldn't
That is
get
literally
the loan,
stealing.
dumbass.
Dude,
They
it's
couldn't
stealing.
get it.
That's why they need 600,000 IRS
You
agents.
don't-
dude.
wait, you don't know
You're not
shit.
gonna
You don't-
get me on this.
don't-
You've never been on the claw Twitch chase, motherfucker. Okay, dude, you're welcome to the fucking what is it? The Prime Chaos panels. This is claw, baby.
Because
You don't know shit about his family.
because
Don't say
a black-
that.
Because a black
I don't
church
say anything about his family.
or a community center who wants to attribute and have church in their community or parks. And I go out there. I do murals in the city, nigga. I do
murals in the
fucking-
city.
Yes.
What does that have to do with what I'm
It
talking
has
about?
to do with building community and having.
Okay, so
a
you're
fucking-
talking about
You
what
got
you're
gated community.
explaining.
Shut the
Wait,
fuck
pause.
up, bro.
You just said something.
I'm
Let me
talking about
go.
Black community. I'm
Yeah.
talking
So
about
let me
people
explain to you what
really
you're.
build
Can I say what you're
a
really
life-
saying?
No,
I'll say.
no, let me
I'll
say it.
translate it.
I told
I'll
them,
translate it for you.
You don't even know.
You're
how
basically
they
saying
gave
no.
people
You're saying that
PPP loans.
black people.
It wasn't government money.
Listen.
It was bank money.
It was
you have
bank
to have
money.
pre-existing-
So it's okay. It's okay
you
to
have
steal.
You have to have pre-existing credit and a
Oh, you have to have
relationship
credit.
with the bank in
With
order
the
to
bank.
get the PPP loan. So
How did
black
you do
people
that?
Did not have that.
That's
Black
not true.
people do not have good.
I will
fucking-
assure you that
Yo,
that's not true.
dumbass,
I'm telling you right now, Evil Fossil. Have you looked at the
It's some
studies?
random people
Have you looked
who
at the
just
studies?
did
Have you
it,
looked
man.
at the facts? Have you looked at
Bro,
the studies?
I live
No, listen,
life,
real
go
quick.
ahead,
I'll
work
beat
through
you on
your
this, dude.
whitey
I'll
studies,
stop you
bro.
on this, bro.
You're not gonna
I'll
beat me
expose
on
this till the
anything.
day I'm die. Yes, I'm
You're
gonna
weak,
beat
bro.
you on this.
You
Ready?
don't know
Watch.
nothing. You sit in
I'll
your
wait for you to
fucking crib all
stop.
day
Yeah.
and fat, nigga.
Dude,
That's
I
all
don't
you
fat,
do.
dude. That's my girlfriend
Outta
right there.
here,
The
nigga.
hot chick, that's
Like,
my
bro,
girlfriend.
do
I'll let
some
you guys
real
decide which
community
one.
shit.
Go ahead.
Know how money really move out here. And
Wait, you
somebody
guys are
like
dating?
Destiny could sit there
Yes.
and he can go
We've been
and get
dating for a
PPP
very
loans
long
because he
time.
got a techie startup. He
You're
got a
like,
little
wait,
techie
what?
startup
I
that
was
already
wrong.
got a bank
I've been under
loan.
a rock.
And
So
the
go
wrote a
ahead.
lot of
So
songs
and the
about
Evil.
bank was told by the government
Evil.
to give out to people who got good credit.
No,
good
that's
loans.
not true.
Yes,
That's not
it was.
true. No, that's
Bro,
then
okay,
why
bro.
was there a 50% increase in
bro.
small businesses during the
Also,
COVID time?
both of
Because
us
there was a
don't
whole
Small
bunch
business
of fucking
applications,
have,
sorry.
like,
Small
starting
business
shit
ability
applications.
up.
to establish.
Wait,
Mad
guys.
black
I
businesses
wanna
got
hear his
swapped
answer.
out, bro. Mad
Yeah,
fucking
why-
black businesses got swapped out.
Oh, they got
Mad
swamped.
Chinese
No, these
food.
were created.
Mad
These are
Chinese
not
food.
swamped out businesses. This is not a
You're
mom and
dumb,
pop
bro.
shop. This is no.
You're
This is a
dumb,
brand,
bro.
dude.
We're
I'm not
talking
dumb.
about-
I'm
Bro,
I'm
it
listening
was-
to this. I'm listening to this. You just explain to me the fucking way that they did
Whitey
this.
psyop, bro.
You know, it's
Yes,
not a Whitey
Whiteys
psyop. There's
with
no Whitey
already
psyop. You
access
explained
during
Kanye's plan.
COVID.
I'm literally friends with Kanye, bro. I'm friends with
Oh,
Kanye.
Jesus
Kanye
Christ
up
almighty.
Dude,
there
listen, I'll
surrounded by
explain it.
Jews.
Dude, he
Friends
loves
with
the
Kanye,
algorithm.
my ass.
Listen, calm down. I'll explain it to you, Evil. He literally
Kanye's surrounded
explained.
by whitey nigga.
Yeah,
He
no,
don't
he's
got
not.
no
He has not. He,
algorithm.
dude, he does not. Not on Sundays. He does not have any white people around him.
Motherfucker got billions, boy.
Where's it?
The
Where are
only
the white
two
people around him on
black people in
Sundays?
the
Where are the
world
white people
got
around him on
billions.
Sundays? Where are the
It's
white people around him on
fucking
Sundays? I mean,
Jay-Z
one
and
white person around a
and
Kanye
fucking-
West on a Sunday. Nick
You're
Fuentes
friends
isn't even
with
allowed
Kanye?
around Kanye on
Are
Sunday.
you actually
Why?
friends with Kanye?
Yes. Why? Why, Evil? Why is Nick Fuentes not even allowed near Kanye on a Sunday?
Oh, no,
Kanye's
Sunday
white,
service?
white.
Because of Sunday service?
What the
because
fuck that
Sunday
gotta do with anything?
because weekly gatherings of people, right? Regardless of their intention, whether it's for church, whether it's for gathering to play music on Sunday service as Kanye West, it creates a lot of conversation and a lot of people being like, wait, what are the ways that we
Your
could
techie
manipulate
startups
this
got the
situation?
PPP loans.
Not any dude, tech startups, my
Not black
fucking
people.
ass.
Yeah, they did.
My fucking no, it's not 50%
SVB
plus.
just crashed. Y'all
Nope.
motherfuckers been.
Yeah, why
bugging
did
out with that
SVB
crypto
why
shit.
did SVB
Y'all,
just
y'all
crash?
whitey
Why?
motherfuckers is out of control.
That has nothing to do with white
Yo,
people.
bro,
SVB
a
crashing has
fucking-
nothing to do with white people.
Bro, it's white.
Evil Fossil,
Bro,
I'm
y'all
telling you right now.
motherfuckers in LA is bugging
I'm
out.
telling you right now, it is the PPP
Y'all
loans that
fucking
people
weird.
were spreading around saying that this shit's an infinite gold mine. Everyone started tapping into
Yeah,
it.
whiteys, motherfucker, not
Everyone.
everybody.
How did
Internet
everyone?
people.
Where is the
When y'all
everyone?
was
Where's the
doing that,
data? Where's
black
the
people was
stats?
on
I
Facebook.
have studies saying that it was
I'm done with
literally
this motherfucker.
it was a lot of small businesses created in the fucking literal.
Yeah, techie startups. Techie startups.
Okay, if you guys are disagreeing about the
Why
same
are
thing,
they-
wait,
why
you guys
these
are
techie
disagreeing.
startups? These
You guys are
physical
disagreeing about the
companies that
same
are
thing
selling
over.
nails and hair services.
You guys
to
are
one
disagreeing.
customer that are themselves.
Just
That's what the
guys.
customers
One
are.
of you
That's what the
fucking
brand-
Google it. One of you fucking Google it if you're
This
gonna
is a-
disagree.
no,
but-
this is. I'm asking him because I want to gain him to my side, which is an already study that's already been committed. Have you not ever seen the Judge Judy show?
Yo, but Claw, this is a 1v1 and we got 9 motherfuckers here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
so
more
more
topics
topics
to
to
go.
go.
the topic.
Yeah,
Wasting
so-
time.
This was the
Next
topic.
topic.
First off, it was reparations. I said
Next
reparations
topic,
were already
bro.
given.
Next topic,
Yeah,
bro.
I will. I will.
Wasting
We had a
time.
good.
That
they-
is
they
that
were
is
patient with us,
reparations
bro.
as far as I was concerned for KBubblez. That was the point. I was saying that PPP loans were essentially
I-
reparations for black
Hey,
people because they all
Alex.
took a bunch of money
Hey,
that they
Alex.
didn't want to pay off.
Hey, Alex.
I don't care. Like, don't say
Alex.
discriminate. I'm moving to the next
Alex.
No,
topic.
because one
Okay,
of
let's
my
wrap
boys,
this up, please.
We are.
yeah,
Stop.
one of
I
my
don't
boys got a
know what a
PPP
PPP
loan
Say
for
my
his
name.
small
It's
business.
okay.
There's
I know.
nobody
Alex.
that can like.
I know he didn't pay that shit back.
Let me change my fucking name. Jesus Christ. Don't
Let
ever
him
call me
cook.
Alex
Let him
Claw.
cook, guys.
Like,
Let him
that's
cook.
what I mean.
You
God
can
damn
hear
it.
me
Yes, we
now.
can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear
You
you.
You can all come to.
It's
Look,
not
I was having
fucking
some fun
showing on
arguing
my
and debating
screen.
because I wanted to get my
I'm like,
take
what the
in.
fuck?
But calm down, okay? Last
like
topic.
we like
Last
fixing
topic
it.
I don't even know what
is
a
it's a good one.
PPP
The last
loan
topic.
is.
A PPP loan is basically scam. Okay. The last
Sounds
topic.
naughty.
Recently,
Mhm.
a report has surfaced regarding Destiny and allegations of sexual sexual misconduct, retaliation, and negligence. The report was conducted by Mr. Girl and has sparked a debate within the streaming community about the role of streamers and their responsibility towards their audience. My question for you all, for a final question, was constructed as this. Should influencers be held to some sort of objective standard for the right to a platform? And if so, what rule would you all add to the influencer constitution?
No. No.
Well, if I had
You're
a
not an
standard, you wouldn't be
influencer
on
yet.
it.
You don't get it.
No, I'm just saying. No, I mean, I'm not a rapper either, but like,
Should we-
a lot.
Should
Yeah.
what be added?
What would you add to the influencer constitution? I want to know what each of your the rule, like if you were like a gun guy, it would be like the right to own arms, right? What's your amendment? What's your constitutional right as an influencer that you should be able to say or talk about no matter what?
First, we need to define influencer. So I would say that you need a certain number of subscribers or something, and that's when the threshold. They need a threshold for that, because below that, it's not going to make. Maybe 100,000. 100,000.
Give me numbers when you guys talk. If you guys give anything objective, I want objectivity. That means
100,000 subscribers.
What your number is, yeah.
Okay.
Is that your guys?
I don't agree with the threshold, because you could have no followers and still have a video go viral and a million.
Well, that's when that comes to random chance at that point. I mean, there's a difference between an influencer or someone who does it as their job and someone who just does it out of nowhere.
Yo, no numbers.
That's the importance of like a community notes type.
You made a gate for people to congregate around.
Well, yeah, because the numbers are always they're always kind of objective.
No gatekeepers.
No gates.
You can't hold people. You can't hold people like random people with 100 subscribers to the same standard as you hold people to 100 with 100,000 subscribers. You can't
remove the numbers. Why are the numbers even coming into play?
Because you can't hold them to the same standard.
Okay,
there should be people who like time and followers
because they have more power.
Time, it has more verification, so you get more features, I guess.
So I mean, I'm not a streamer. I'm trying to get into it. Like I said, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to this. But when it comes to as an objective platform, I would say no. Like, no, you can. It's the First Amendment. You can talk about whatever you want. The only thing I can relate it to is like with hip hop or rap. Like the biggest thing, like with the rap community, like they talk about the things that they see or whatever, and it's they say harsh things, and it's like, that's their art form. That's their right to say what they want. And it comes down to like, the only thing I can think of is like when, the whole big thing with the Eminem controversy, where he was saying things in his songs and then parents were getting mad that their kids were listening to their music, but that's on you. That's on the parents.
How old are you?
I'm almost 30, bro.
Okay.
Son, that cannot be on the parent in the world we in today.
Oh
son.
God.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah,
Okay,
but then it comes down to the freedom of speech, and this is just a platform to produce your art, so to say.
I think y'all should be more grateful as streamers. I think the streamer space need to just accept defeat, or at least move on from this idea. Because look, it was 10 years ago or 15 years that the streaming space was really done. If you look at that in the lifeline of like even celebrities or movie stars or whatever other public figures who got a voice, it was like, it's way more like, matured than that, right? So this is a new place, so there has to be more structure.
I've been thinking about like this the entire time, because I was really I've listened to the entire Mr. Girl Manifesto, and I was trying to think of like what would actually solve some of the problems. And I think the only thing that I can come up with is like, you can only milk somebody for like 6 months, right? Like if somebody's talking shit about you, they're still in the mix. You guys can talk shit about each other, and like, of course, this is completely unenforceable. I'm just saying, like, culturally, we should say, hey, that was 6 months ago. You guys had your beef. Let it go. Drop it, because that's kind of the thing. It's like people come back to clashing heads over and over and over again, and it feels at some point people just got to separate.
That was cute.
Yeah, I think like I would just frame it. I would rather people sort of understand the power dynamic of someone with 100,000 subscribers talking about someone with 100 subscribers. It's like, well, what do you like you can't hold them to the same standard, and you can't like treat them the same, because like the person with 100,000 subscribers, their retaliation is going to be like way more powerful. The options that they have for handling like drama and someone like dumping shit on them is they have so many more options than someone smaller.
Yeah, but let's say that you were like a drama streamer or a drama YouTuber or whatever, and you're just milking somebody over and over again, Destiny, Chris Chan, whatever, like, and you just keep doing the same like hate content over and over again. You should be able to get all your hate out within like 6 months and then take a break. You know what I'm saying? And like find a different target to build your content around. And that doesn't matter if you're 1,000 subscriber or 100,000 subscriber. And that's like, this isn't like a real rule. I don't think it's actually going to do anything. I'm just kind of saying like, what seems like happening is people just come together, they don't forget, some shit will be a few years old, and then people are still getting fucked over by the few-year-old shit. I feel like there has to be like a 6-month rolling forgiveness / let shit go rule.
I think, can't there be like an internet overlord that people can go to at a certain point and
Destiny.
Two people just like appeal to it, like the
Don't
internet
even
police
try that
thing
meme.
that you're like, okay, like I want this person to like stop or something like that. Like two people go to the
Not right
The
now.
police? You want to go to the police?
Right now, my new
internet
take.
police,
I told Megan this. I was like, look, if anyone ever bullies you, okay, just tell them to like take it to Twitter and just start doing all the debates and anger over Twitter. And then every time they say a lie, just at community notes. And then if you're cool enough, community notes will literally just correct it as fact. And then that's basically our new version of fact checking
Nobody
through
can
the community.
ever lie about me again. I'm gonna
Like,
fact
you
check
just- you
everybody.
literally- you
I'm gonna
just- if
walk
somebody
around
like-
with a notepad like Evil Fossil.
We're all just gonna
be like,
we're all
no.
just- yeah, we're all just gonna
Nobody's
have
ever
like
tripped me up.
yeah, crazy takes. All right. Any last takes on this? I want to know what everyone's. If anyone hasn't, I went away for a second. What's your one rule that you want to add to the influencer constitution? One rule that you can't live without. If you wanted to continue to be an influencer, what would you kind of go with? I'm gonna use the answers you guys give to this to like give it to the AI, and what I want is I want it to use this information to change what its weights are that it's valuing our discussions on, so that over time the people that I invite to the show, at the very least, I don't give a fuck about the rest of the internet, the people I invite to my show that participate, they're going to have a equal say. So I want you all to make sure that you at least get what your take is that you want like added to the thing, and then go for it. Go ahead.
I believe that in the sort of 10 commandments we're talking about, or the Constitution, whatever we want to quantify it as, I believe that whatever this person is spreading, they should at least believe it. It should be an honest, truthful, like thing that they believe in their heart and their soul and their mind.
How would you?
That was what I was gonna say.
You basically are saying you don't want liars, but how would
Yeah,
you be able to confirm that?
Yeah, it's basically I don't want liars, but I want it to be like a complete truth. Some people spread half truths, some people spread baked.
How do you
like
confirm
baked
that
truths.
in your brain? I want to know how you confirm that.
I mean, you could do a few ways. You could do like you can have like maybe a lie detector test, but only those are so like kind of useful under
Right.
certain
You can
window
only
of
come on
time.
the Royale from now on if you have a lie detector test hook up to you.
That would be cool though.
AI.
Hey, that
It would
would
not
be
be
cool though.
cool.
That would
It
be
kinda
cool.
would be cool.
I
New
kinda like it.
algorithms go.
so-
Wait.
Yeah, when I'm on
That would be
Netflix, I'll
cool.
get the budget.
No. What if we did one? This is a good idea, actually. What if
Yep,
we did
it's a good
one
idea.
where you know the videos, the thingy, the buzzer, that thing? Can't you get that on Amazon? The lie detector
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
that you
it's a
put
good- it's
your
a good-
finger
good
on or
content.
whatever?
Okay, so basically,
Couldn't it
Megan.
be like for
yeah,
Amazon for a show? Like if
Yeah,
we
Megan
wanted
is
to,
just
like, fund
Megan is just
a show or
basically
something?
saying, okay, hey Claw, why aren't you Mizgif already? I don't know. I don't know.
No,
why I'm not
but
Mizgif.
like if
He already has
everybody
one.
did
He
that
has
for a
it.
show, like no, like where everybody had it at
The
one
problem,
You're
time.
never
the
gonna be
problem with
mine.
lying online is that most people don't even know. And plus, like you streaming sign is like right there.
People
Most people
say
don't
shit
know
for
the difference
content all the
between.
time that they don't even believe too. Like
Yeah, they
people
don't-
just
you don't
act
know-
like so.
Yeah.
Name
Trying
one.
to lie and
Okay,
don't
Claw.
understand
Okay.
lie out of a
All
mission.
right.
Like people don't know how to tell the truth, right? Communication is a skill. There's some people who
Mhm.
just can't convey themselves and
Mhm.
they end up lying that way. For me, I would add Isekai streamer school. I want everybody to go to like, or at least
Oh my
understand
God.
something versus I want people to know the difference between reliability and credibility. And I think that the streaming space need to get rid of the word credibility mad hard, bro, and understand what it means to be reliable. And like, I'm okay with somebody who reliably lies, or like say somebody like Mr. Girl, who's actually narrative driven, right? And like he's always lying, but he's reliable in lying. So as a streamer, you can interface.
All right, wait,
and
Evil.
do
Can you tell me
interesting
one lie
things with a
Mr.
liar.
Girl's ever said? Let me
Come
just as
on.
a
I don't
just one
even
lie.
know who
Oh my
Mr.
God.
Girl
Me
is
either.
either. Who
Weasley
is he,
little
Mr.
Girl,
liar.
Girl?
I want to beat that. I want to be. I this guy makes me infuriated. I hate Mr. Girl. Just want to say that. I don't know.
That's
It makes me
okay.
so-
I
it
just-
makes me
Who
so
is
angry.
Mr.
Mr.
You're
Girl?
right,
Girl,
he's
Mr.
not-
Girl's my hero. Okay, so
I wanna-
go
I
ahead,
wanna
Evil.
just-
No, he hasn't lied,
Or the
but
chin.
that's what I'm saying.
You
He
just said
lies
he-
in terms of credibility. Stop, son. Like in the
I get what
streaming
you're trying to
space.
say. I wanted
You know
you
what
to
I'm
say it.
saying.
I wanted you to say it. I
but
wanted you to
but
clarify.
it's communication,
Son
right? Yeah, you
actually
did.
is a
I know what
Weasley
you mean,
little
son.
liar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Mr. Girl
He
doesn't
knows me
Are
as
you
lie.
are you gonna smoke
But
weed?
tell me real quick. Yeah, wait, Megan. Come on, just wait 5 minutes, okay? It's cool.
Let her smoke
almost
the
done.
fucking
We're
weed.
li-
Let
no,
her
it's-
smoke.
She's
I
in
want her to
Texas,
get
you
high
dumb
right
B
now.
word. She's
No,
never gonna get.
There's
She
legal
doesn't
weed
have
in Texas.
weed.
Who knew
We do
that
not have
she was
legal
in
weed
There's
in
Delta
Texas.
8. There's
Stop.
Delta
Who
8.
knew that she was in
No
Texas?
such thing.
You can
Stream
fucking
is
suck
KBubblez.
dick on
Listen.
Kick. You can suck dick on Kick. Okay,
Oh, shit.
literally.
I assure you that you
Drop
cannot
pants,
suck
evil.
dick
Listen.
on Kick. I would
That's a
do
good
it.
that's a
For
catchy
educational
fucking line
purposes.
though.
saw
Yeah,
it
for
mixed
educational purposes.
For education.
I
You can
saw
suck
it.
dick
I
on
saw
Kick.
it.
purposes,
You
I got
can
you.
I'm
suck
telling you right
dick
now,
on
I've
Kick.
also seen a
You
lot
can
of people
suck
that have.
dick
You can
on
suck dick on
Kick.
Kick. That's dick on
You
Kick. I get
can
it. So we have
suck
Smith.
dick
now,
on
but-
Kick.
Suck dick
Okay,
on
Okay,
Kick.
that is
You
kind of
can.
odd. But I am on.
I saw some
Twitch, I
fucking
just have my
ass
camera.
right last night on Kick and some fucking nude covered pasty. I saw it.
What?
It's weird.
Kaylee.
I did
Unfortunately,
see
you're
it.
having fever
Ooh-wee.
dreams. You're talking about Twitch, okay? You're not talking about Kick.
Who's on
You're
Twitch
talking
right now?
about Twitch, exactly. You're just talking about. You're only talking about Twitch. Twitch people, they are the perverts. Okay, Kick people, totally cool. But-
Okay.
I
Alright,
just I don't know anything about Mr. Girl or whatever or the
He's
Destiny
cringe.
stuff. I don't keep up
He's a
with
cool
any
guy.
of it. But I
He's
will
cool,
say
he
I
is.
think that there are certain atrocities that people commit that should force them to be deplatformed.
Like what?
Like pedophilia.
Name one pedophile.
Sexual
that-
assault of
Another thing
ever-
that bothers me about pedophilia,
Raj
that's what
Patel.
they're teaching in school nowadays. They're trying to say that pedophilia is a sexual preference. That it should be okay because
this
it's
could
Who's
be a
saying
whole
that?
topic.
Who is saying that? No,
Yeah, this is pretty
who's saying-
reactive,
let's,
though.
Let's
Are
not
you
get rid.
kidding me? Who's saying that?
No,
Look
I'm
it
saying
up.
I'm
Look
saying
it up right
who's
now.
no, I'm saying who's saying that, as in the idea is like people would be saying that to act like they are somebody from the other side to trigger people like you into believing that the other side actually believes it. That's exactly what, if you ever paid attention to his content, Mr. Girl exposes.
I have never seen Mr. Girl.
I know you
I've
haven't,
never
but you
even
should
heard
check
of
him
Yeah.
out.
Mr.
You should
Girl.
check him out on Genius. Genius.com/Mr. Girl. He has some really banger songs, including IDDQD, and meaning that he did a cutie or something like that. But like he's something. But
Ooh.
it's a really good song, and he's a great musician. I just wish he would stop
you said
focusing.
it's a cheat code.
It is a cheat
Yo, he
code.
got psyop, bro. I know you.
It's a cheat
you
code
hate
from Quake.
Destiny
It
'cause
has
he
nothing to do
psyoped
with
him,
what.
son.
It has nothing to do with having sex with minors. But I think that overall, Mr. Girl did a good job.
I
with his
literally
article.
did. I literally did genius.com/Mr. Girl, and this is the only thing that came up. You're playing Minecraft in a cave looking for diamonds. That's funny. I'm in the same cave looking for miners because my sexual attraction to miners.
Yo, stop.
Can't even
Oh
play-
my
Banger!
God.
Banger alert!
Oh my
So I
god.
took the insults. I'm
That's
so
so bad.
confused
That's
He's
so
looking for
bad.
minors.
because that makes
Yeah.
me want to fucking what?
This guy.
Did he-
That sounds a little
Bo- you know-
pedophilish.
yeah. Just say, so is Bo Burnham, the guy that every fucking girl on the planet fantasized about for literally a year.
No.
When yes, he has a song.
I definitely
called-
didn't fantasize about him.
Oh, you're not a 16-year-old girl that I'm talking
The
about. I'm
song
talking about the
title
TikToker
is,
people.
by the way, I can
Literally-
fantasize about whatever I want. That's the song title.
Exactly, which is the point. So more importantly, Bo Burnham had a lyric where he did this whole bit where he was acting like he was jerking off in the tone, the musical note A minor, but then he was also jerking off in A minor. So like that's the joke, right? Like that
What?
it's a structure of the way that you say things can be funny.
Like a play on words.
It's
Yeah, it's a play on words.
everything is if you actually read
I
the
don't want to
words-
make plays on words about fucking children.
You aren't. You're talking
Yeah.
about finding
I don't wanna
miners
listen
in
to it.
Minecraft. Why would you find miners in Minecraft?
He
Because it's
literally
called
s-
miners? Because they're mining in Minecraft? Or did your mind go to pedophilia immediately because you're the pedophile?
Well, what about the next
Oh my
line that
God,
says
the gas-
always been a pervert?
the
Well, I
the
can't help-
gaslighting
hey,
is
that's the
real.
girl. I can't help him on every line. Okay, I can only help him on some.
That was a fucking insane argument, Kate Claude.
That was the
I
biggest-
tried.
that's
I
the
tried
biggest
to save him
gaslight
so
ever.
much. Well, how about the next line? Yeah, I lost.
Yeah, next slide. Come on.
I can defend him for one line at a time.
I don't know who Mr. Girl is.
Okay.
I'm just saying I look it up and then you're
He's-
trying to say
dude,
he's not a fucking pedophile.
Mr.
I'm
Girl,
saying this is pretty
Mr.
fucking
Girl,
weird.
Mr. Girl is just a guy who
Please
in the
don't
context
leave
of the question brought up a good point that a lot of streamers do a lot of fucked up shit, right? Especially the one streamer that everyone was like, this guy is the most prestigious noble of all. He's on Lex Friedman. He's cool as fuck.
Who is that?
Exposed that Destiny
that?
also has, yeah, he's talking about Mr. Girl and Destiny. It was like Mr. Girl exposed that Destiny actually does have a shit ton of flaws in his background. However, what's the point? It's almost like, from my perspective, there's no point in exposing a bunch of degenerates that are degenerates because they're all going to just start high-fiving each other because they got a bunch of attention for being degenerates. They're
Yes.
not going to grow and evolve. Destiny's not going to change. The only way Destiny changes is if Bob Seven comes back and steals his wife for real this time, okay? So that's the only way this actually happens or changes. So until that happens, I don't think that there's any reason to continuously go back in time through Destiny's database of fuck-ups and just maybe realize... Who? Oh, Bob.
Oh my
Why
God,
you don't
no
want to change
way.
it from the inside, son? You don't
Are
want
we
to do the
gonna keep
inception,
going
bro?
about
No,
our?
this-
Can't win.
This is going to end here in a second. I want everyone to give their final words for the whole day if they want, just a final phrase. Say it in the order that you guys want, and then I will stop the recording when you're all done, and then I will upload it. Everyone can take a break for 5 minutes, and then it'll come back. It'll spit us out the result. Okay? So go ahead and do your finales.
550-year-old masculine fossil boy, fossilized tree. I'm here to sow my seeds of destruction and chaos, bro. But they
Are
made
they
out of that.
NFTs?
Yeah, exactly, bro. They made out of divine order, bro. You could always tell that is
Divine
unique.
order,
Just
okay.
for you. Please
Made out
stop
of
over
divine
by my
order.
stream at Evil Fossil. Sometimes I'm cozy playing video games, and sometimes I'm cosmic, checking out all of these dudes' channels and gals and their amazing content. So if you catch me with them, please check them out, like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you soon. I stream almost every day, except for Sunday and Monday, because that's God sanctioned day.
Nice. Hey, amen,
Nice.
brother. Amen.
Nice, nice.
Okay. Next up.
I value honesty and truthfulness very highly, and I also value Evil Smile because I think it's absolutely infectious. But thank you for having me on, and I appreciate it.
No problem.
I think treating people like a lol cow should be shameful. That's the only so socially that's the big change I would make. People need to be aware when people make people lol cows. Like if you were like a fucking comedian and you you take like a fucking 100 fan comedian like you're fucking Louis C.K. and you make like your whole set is about trashing on this person, that should be embarrassing. And the same thing with fucking content creators and shit. That's how I feel. You can follow me on Real Smeth on fucking YouTube, Real Smeth, and also Twitter and every other thing.
He is an actual up and comer. I know that at Claw, I'm Alex, but Claw, fuck what it says there. I'm Alex. Claw is the one who made everyone famous. Alex is a reasonable, non-egoistic person that actually believes that Smeth, Evil Fossil, not ElectroCrisis, but Smeth and Evil Fossil for sure are actually like really, really, really great up and comers. ElectroCrisis is just here. Next up,
ElectroCrisis really looks like a young Andy Pyro.
He looks like the guy from the default. No, he looks like the default Fortnite character. You can be honest.
No, you look exactly like Andy Pyro. I don't know, maybe the Fortnite character, but you look like him.
There you go. Hey, Garrett, take the compliment for what it is and just go Google old Andy Pyro videos and just love it. Okay, nowadays I think
Google
he might be
Andy
dead.
Pyro KBubblez.
He might be
content.
dead.
That was
He might-
really fun. Yeah, I don't
Andy
know. what
Pyro might
happened to
actually
him.
be dead. I haven't seen him in a while, but like I feel like Andy Pyro in my modern eyes.
He cooked me really great food when
Would
he
you-
came to stay at our house.
Where is
Let me
he?
see.
Is he even around?
I don't know where the fuck he is. I
You know
haven't
where he
seen
should
him
be?
since
He
came to
honestly,
stay to
I
my
don't like
house
these
for like a
people.
month.
I don't like these people. He should be in like Heel Mike and John Zerka's house right now. He should be hanging
Bro,
out with those guys.
I think that's
That's where he
exactly
belongs.
He came through to my house.
Yeah,
when
that's
it
how-
was
that's
what
where
it
he
was.
belongs.
That is where he belongs. But I mean, he's got a wife and 2 kids, so like, is that really where he belongs?
Yeah, it still is where he belongs. Anyway, Mel, go ahead. What's your outro?
I hate pedophiles. I'm getting into a
Hey,
cat.
honestly,
food
in
after this.
your defense, or in his defense, so does Mr. Girl. He wants to kill them.
I want to kill.
I'll eat pedophiles for breakfast.
Okay,
Me
well,
and,
write
me and
a song
KBubblez
about
cook
write a
them up
song
and-
about it on
Eat 'em.
We
Spotify.
totally can,
Okay.
Mel.
Hell yeah.
I
Kaylee,
think
do you
we
want
should
to
be
say
allowed
anything?
to.
Kaylee, do you want to say anything else?
Just
before
want to
you-
say, I don't know. I feel like maybe sometimes I have a problem with like the way things come across, and I guess maybe it's like past trauma from being on like big shows where people like attack me for my opinions. I'm not the most educated person on this thing. I just feel strongly about, some things, and I usually don't even talk about this stuff. I'm happy to come on your show and help you out just because we've been, friends for a while. I really like you and Meg. I can't even believe I didn't know you guys were dating. But yeah, I am an OG with this stuff. I did take a couple years off due to like just not really liking the whole streamer house thing I did. Don't even know how many people know that stuff. But I am
Some
back,
people
and I
do.
usually just hang out and talk about normal life stuff and play video games. So I'm super cool.
Yeah, we
Not gonna be on Twitch because seriously, fuck Twitch. But you can find me on Kick and just Instagram. Everything is just KBubblez. So
Anybody that comes at you
I
for your
think-
opinions after this is an asshole.
Me and Mel are usually around. We should all chill and like.
we really
play
should.
games or
I'm down. I'm
get
always
ready
home.
together.
Go, guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
always.
add each other on
Yeah.
Discord and stuff. Sorry for being in a
Definitely.
Zoom. I know
Yeah.
that most of the time they do the whole the panel
And
show thing. I
just
know
started
counter.
a new Discord.
Yeah, and also Megan is starting a new e-girl Discord with people.
Add me in
for
the
things.
Discord.
you.
I wanted to also reiterate that regardless of what's happening today or whatever, I'm going to do more shows than just the Royale. The Royale is always going to be like this, where it's supposed to be current events and debating. However, there's going to be other shows that are going to be themed off of things like I'm bringing Lover Host back. I'm bringing other shows back. Me and Megan have an
Survivor?
idea for a content court. Survivor, I'm not sure because I don't believe a Survivor, if I can get it to work with the AI, yes, that would be really cool. But I feel like that's just too similar to the Royale, so I just want to keep it with that theme. But I think that that's what's going to happen. Remember the theme that we had back in the day with that. Sorry, I don't want to. I'll end up my speech at the end, but I want to go CounterPoints, Bennett, and then Megan. You just went right. So CounterPoints, then Bennett for the finale.
Ooh, I'm closing it.
Excellent.
Yeah, you're closing it, Bennett. Okay, CounterPoints, go.
Yeah. So my name is Connor. I do run a YouTube channel named CounterPoints 30K. You can find that by typing it in. Primarily, I just review Warhammer videos, cinematics, all that kind of stuff. It does pretty good. And then if anybody wants to send me dollary dues, not only am I addicted to plastic crack that I paint in the background over here, so I can spend your money more stupidly than you can, but I do have a newborn son that will be here in the next month. So
Congratulations.
Aw,
Thank
congrats.
you. It'll
Your
be my
semen
second...
works.
It does. What?
Maybe.
So it'll be my. Nah, they both look like me. So so basically I'll be having 2 boys, and I'll actually be taking 8 weeks of leave so I can spend time with my child. But then I'll be streaming with a baby strapped to my chest. So if you want to send me some dollars,
That's actually
that.
genius. What a good way to do that. What a way to abuse your kid right off the bat. That's awesome. That's so
I'm all for it, honestly. I'm gonna be a full-on content mom.
You're like a
TikTok mom.
male BX bullet.
This is gonna be my future kid's
True.
room.
So true.
I'll be monetizing my child while my wife actually gets 6 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. So we kind of win.
Nice.
Across the board.
Win-win for everybody.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I
but
kind of
if
feel
you
like
wanna
it's
find
not
me, just type in
abuse.
counterpoints.
It's not abuse till the kid's like 3.
Honestly, like that's a
Counter-
You're setting your kid
Until
up
they
for a
until
great
they know
future.
what's happening.
a school, a virtual school for like e-moms.
Yeah, it's
Of
called
like a
ChatGPT,
virtual
so they can
school,
sleep and they
create
can
like a
just put their kids
class
in front
and
of
like
it.
share the best lesson plans and stuff. And like
Just described every rich neighborhood that exchanges mommy tips. So yeah, go ahead, Bennett. Finale it up.
All right, so like I said, Bennett, you can follow me on Kick. I am new to all this and I'm trying to get into it. So I'm pretty open-minded, happy to be on the show. My biggest thing is personal accountability, so I think that goes with everything. So be responsible for yourself and worry about yourself, and if someone's lying about you, fuck them and keep moving forward. Also, this was supposed to be a secret, but me and KBubblez have sex, and that's how I got on here.
Let's
go.
Let's
It's more than sex.
Well, it's more than
We
sex.
have a home together.
Well, I'm
We're
gonna
in a
be honest. I'm
serious
gonna be honest.
relationship.
That's actually the only reason Smeth is
Uh-oh.
on here too.
Yeah.
No.
True.
That's funny. Oh shit!
The illusion's broken. The illusion's broken.
Thank you. Illusion's broken.
The illusion's not the only thing that's broken. My butthole is another thing.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody. Last, everyone got their words in. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. Still streaming and everything, but I'm gonna stop the recording. I'm gonna upload the recording to the section, which is gonna be pretty interesting to see how it does this. Wish me fucking luck, or wish your guys' self luck.
I wish
because
myself a lot of luck.
based on whatever this is how it's going to be tracked forever. So how this works is I'm going to split this file into the appropriate size, and we're going to decide a winner. All right, so you guys can talk amongst yourselves. You guys can take a break for a second if you
How
want.
do I add you on
I
Discord, Kaylee?
Okay, it's
Please don't, like-
KBubblez, no capitals or anything. Hashtag 7892. And I just want to say, like, this was probably the first show where, like, I actually really like everybody. I didn't find anybody annoying. I didn't find anybody to be like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
true.
So I really like it. And CounterPoints, I also really like you. I think you said, I don't know if what you said to in your chat was mean because you said re, but like, I know I'm not smart. Okay. Like, I know I'm not the
No, I
most
was-
intelligent and updated on these things. I just think I was really triggered by the whole let's grieve for these families and let's not make it visibility. Like I think that whole thing just pissed me off, which is why
I was joking.
I could tell, yeah.
Basically, my problem is like I actually have a lot of philosophical things that are like conservative or Republican or whatever, but I'm mostly like centrist or like really liberal. I try to like live and let live and stuff. So that makes me too much of a pussy for the right wing. But then compared to the rest of the left wing on fucking Twitch, I might as well be a fucking Nazi. So that's what I was
It's like I can't tell what you are. Like if that makes sense. Like
I used to be like super libertarian, get the government out of my hair, not really like taxes or theft, but basically like let's minimize the state as much as possible. And then I realized people are fucking idiots and you need the state to hit them around with a stick in order to get them to do the right thing. So, I mean, that sucks, but it is what it is.
And I try to like stay away from a lot of this stuff. Like even just watching the news, like actually truly gives me like crippling anxiety thinking about like our future and bringing my kids into this world and just like all that stuff. Like I don't even want to think about it. I want to stay away from it. I just want, if you're happy, then I'm happy. One thing I do feel strongly about is like abortion. Like I personally don't think that like
Jesus Christ.
That's like the only thing that I think is like
without opening up a can of worms. There's this great saying because I think you do get a little scared when you have kids or whatever because you're bringing them up in the world. It's a German saying from like the medieval era, and it's like even if the world were to end tomorrow, I would still plant an apple tree today. And that's just to be like the world could go to hell in a handbasket. Who gives a shit? Just do the right thing anyways.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Definitely move forward, do your thing. Live your life. Our phones are listening to us. The government's taking over, but I'm gonna keep being happy.
Personal AI soon.
Guns for the robot dogs.
The pole shift is gonna take us all out. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. If you don't know what the pole shift is, look it up. It's pretty crazy.
Oh God!
What is this other thing that people are
trying to be happy
about?
trying
Yeah, I'm not trying to have a full-blown fucking panic attack.
5G.
That's the main reason I stopped streaming and stuff because like panic attacks, anxiety, like all that. Like I can't.
But also do watch The Last of Us because like honestly, I feel like I'm fucking.
My dad's been dying for me to watch that stuff. I think you would love my dad CounterPoints. I think you guys would have some
100%.
Would he come on?
Is CounterPoints your dad?
My dad would love to come on something like this. He used to go. He used to go on circus all the time. My dad is COVID right now. He would love to come on. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he would be
great. He has COVID right now.
But he would have. Does he paint plastic miniatures and make them fight on little battlefields?
He used to do stuff with like boats. Like he used to build boats and make boats fight.
Nice.
Ooh,
but nowadays he pretty much just like plays Overwatch.
He's like made my list of people that I need to meet in my lifetime.
Oh no, you gotta meet her
the
dad.
best.
He's dope as fuck.
My dad's the best. Do you want to tell the funny story what happened the other day that my dad said?
Oh, her dad's funny as fuck. So we were over so I like just finally got into even like the PC game, right? Like I was big on my Xbox One. I got
a new computer and we game every night. So I was like, I'll buy a new one. You have my old one.
Right. So we game all the time, and I'm sitting here, struggling on my Xbox One that I bought in 2013 when it first released, and that shit was crashing daily, right? So she gave me her old PC, except it looked like a girl, so I had to like dope it up. So we went over to her parents' house to like swap cases and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And her dad was helping us. So we're all in the kitchen. We're all in the kitchen taking it apart, and her mom yells down to her. She's like, "Hey, Kaylee, can you bring up that bag of laundry?" And she immediately she's like, "Oh, well, Tyler will do it, like whatever." And I'm like, "Yo, I'm doing this right now. Like, why can't you do it?" And she goes, "I just don't wanna." And her dad looks up. He goes, "He ain't asking you for a blowjob. Just go move the fucking laundry basket."
That's so good. I like that.
Nice.
Do that, Dad.
But what if you were? Is the question. What if you were asking her?
And then she gets up and she goes. She's like, "Oh, fine." And she goes and does it. And he goes, "Bros before hoes."
That's funny.
Her dad's the man.
I like
That's
it.
man.
good.
Bennett,
No, it was
this is meant as a
mortifying.
compliment. You are a better looking version of Post Malone. Like
I
you're-
get
you're
that
I was
all the
thinking
time.
that!
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I
You're-
get that
yeah,
all the
you're-
time.
I was
Who
thinking
said
that.
30%
Wait,
better
wait,
looking
Take
than
your
Post
hat off.
Malone.
Say
Take
that
your hat off.
randomly.
Take
She
your hat
literally
off.
Post Malone.
So I asked a bunch of people
He's
before
bleach
the
blonde
stream
right now, but
how to
Whoa.
like what they look like. I wanted like some pictures of people because I was trying to make them like animated characters of everybody in the show. KBubblez literally said to like make Bennett's picture described as looks like Post Malone, which is so funny that you actually brought that up.
because
But-
everywhere we go, everyone says that. They're like,
Okay.
"Oh my
All the
god."
time.
I swear to God, I did not edit this at all. Okay, this is what it outputted. Okay, based on the initial weights that I defined, which will be secret for now, but it will eventually become open source when I have defined them correctly. The rankings are in. Okay, so I asked it and it output a result. And I said, based on the summarized transcriptions for each character and the given entertainment weights, here is a ranking of the characters from best to worst. I'm going to start from bottom to top.
I bet.
Can we
I'm the
guess? Can we
worst.
guess? Can we guess first?
If you would like to, yes, you can all. Who do you guys think is the worst?
Me.
It's me. Yeah, say me.
I think it's Meg.
By that
I
laugh,
love
it's me.
Meg, but Meg's
It's
been
me.
quiet.
It's ElectroCrisis. I don't know what the fuck it said. I said to summarize the results. I'm so sorry. This is the AI, okay? And based on the weights that I gave it. So let's take my blame for some of it at first. It said ElectroCrisis is ranked number 8 for being the worst by far, detracting from the overall entertainment value.
That's awesome.
That's so funny. I love that.
Bro,
I actually love
damn.
that.
Just,
Okay,
That's funny.
Tom.
Just trying to say serious
Hold.
shit.
It's
though.
actually
That's all that
really
means.
interesting.
It is so cool.
What
Okay.
is this?
That is
insane.
interesting.
Next one is MelGoesRogue. It said quiet, but added topics where she could, contributing mainly to the simplicity and relaxation aspects, which is kind of interesting, but came in 7th place. 6th place is Bennett. Had a few solid takes, but was quiet, contributing to the simplicity and relaxation aspects. Obviously, I think that's what you guys are seeing there is it's actually exposing what kind of my metrics are. So my metrics are, I have 6 different weights. I'll explain them real quick at the end of this, but it's 6 different weights. That's why it's saying those words a lot. Anyway, Megan, it says, had a few weird takes, adding touch of comedy and complexity, which makes actual sense somehow. Smeth, awkward and weird, but a fan favorite, contributing to comedy and simplicity aspects.
I like where you're sitting
KBubblez,
right now.
Oh my god, I was top 3 though.
3. It's top 3, but technically there's 4. I'm included in this somehow. I don't know because it thought I was a competitor. Or I kind of was trying to be, I guess. But KBubblez number 3. I did not win. I did not win. I did not win.
You talk to
Because
it
you
all
can't,
the
because you
time.
can't stop open, you can't stop
counterpoints
closing your
won. We
mouth.
know
Yeah, you and the AI are friends.
KBubblez, controversial with trans takes, but reasonable with other takes, adding a mix of comedy, drama, and complexity. And then it said evil and claw tied, both argumentative, adding excitement and suspense to the episode, but also putting everyone on edge, balancing the relaxation and drama aspect. And then the winner of the show for the first ever Royale, first time he's ever been on a show like this, Objective King himself, CounterPoints, super reasonable and likable the whole time, contributing positively and adding complexity to the and relaxation aspects. So you were somehow able to like manage it. So what I think it's valuing the most, it made changes to the weights based on this criteria. I think it's trying to start to value the relaxation elements and the complexity.
Man.
But it also gave people that were simplicity a lot of value this time. And I think maybe it was like, maybe we should change that around or something. So if you got a low score this time, you might have a high score next time, for instance. But that's a really interesting like output.
I think
that it gave.
if Tyler, Bennett, you talked more, you would have been really.
Yeah, I like hearing everybody's
I
opinion.
think it
before I
sounds
make a comment.
balanced. That sounds
And it
pretty
was
balanced.
it's his
make a
first
flag.
time. Yeah, it's his
It
first
was
time.
it was
So-
his
Yeah.
first time ever appearing on a stream.
Yeah.
Like
So the next time I
ever.
come in, I'm just gonna say some like just not even my opinion, but I'm just gonna say topics that are controversial, but like
Yeah.
Nazis,
No.
transgenders,
And you might feel more comfortable too,
Should-
like if her dad is able to show up next time.
Oh,
He
definitely.
totally
my God,
will
first
be.
off,
Yo,
like,
should trans Nazis be able to shit in whatever bathroom that they want?
no. No, if
Real
Paul
takes.
gets on here, he is a huge conspiracy theorist. I love
Oh,
listening
I'm
to his
aware.
ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
get along
Quan
here.
knows my
I think we'll get. I think honestly, I might get banned on Kick for having him on, but we'll see.
Wow.
My dad's gonna be over here.
I'm about
calling
to,
you
dude. I'm
Joe
about to
Biden's
make a new
kid.
website here pretty soon. I'm turning this AI into something that will be able to literally run its own website pretty soon. So hopefully it can just continue moving in the direction it does. I was impressed that it was able to take just a simple like transcript, and I asked it to just rank the people's voice, like the people that I identified from worst to best, and it named you guys based on what we've said about you, and it learned your names throughout the transcript. So that was one cool thing I learned, and I tested it before, but I knew it could do at least a couple people. It did all of you and named you guys, and at the very least, it may have been confused at certain points. Probably I have to go look at the transcript, and you can see that what it like named you probably.
Mhm.
But it's interesting that I was able to at least get real information from the transcripts, like saying KBubblez had a trans take, for instance, or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it said Megan had a weird take, so that was important to me. So that was cool. But it did update the weights, which is what I also asked it to do. I said, when you're done ranking people, update the weights so that
Update the wanks.
Update the
weights-
wanks.
Update
weights
the
of what
wanks.
That's gonna be me after this live stream.
So yeah, that's the six. The six weights are comedy and drama are polar opposites. Suspense and relaxation are polar opposites, and complexity and simplicity are polar opposites. So
And they really want you to talk.
those are the three elements, which means as comedy goes up, drama will go down, which means the funnier stuff that gets upvoted and liked by the AI and because it's going to also adjust based on how well the clips do. So if I put a bunch of clips out and it thinks the clips are like drama and that's what gets views, it's going to be like, oh, drama is what we need more of.
I'm good at creating the drama.
And so you might all see next week it just only wants drama, and it will kick you guys out.
Oh no! Oh
yeah,
no.
and then it's just gonna be me versus Evil Fossil forever.
I was just thinking, you just gotta start screaming.
That's so cool though.
Yeah,
I'm actually
exactly.
kind of
Just scream.
like that's. I'll
No.
copy and paste
I'm
the full
really
message.
proud of you. He worked really hard on it. Like his brain
Yeah,
is
it's bad good, son.
cool, and how
That's
it
pretty
works
cool.
with the. I'm
Yeah, I
glad
like
that he
it.
has the Chat GPT because I'm like, I wish
Yeah,
I
it's
could
an interesting way of
I
ranking
posted in
people.
Mr. Girl's Discord for like Smeth and Evil if you guys want to go look at it. But it's an interesting like way to actually. I
Back, back.
kind of just like
Yeah.
revealed how I did it, but whatever, it doesn't
Wow.
matter. Yeah, I essentially just gave it the summarized transcriptions of everyone's character, and the characters were defined, and then it summarized them all. It weighted it all according to how it perceived it based on that rationality, which was a very baseline, and then it made adjustments. So very
Well, Alex,
interesting.
I hate to
Also, I
want
wanna
to
say
run,
one
but I
thing,
do have some people that are waiting for me. So
You
Go
are good.
ahead.
Thank you very much
May
for
I
being
be
here, Counterpoints.
excused?
Yes, you may.
Bye.
Anyone can be excused. Just say
Bye.
goodbye. Bye, everyone. Go check them out. Counterpoints.
Later,
Counterpoints.
guys.
I just
Bye.
also want to
Oh,
say
good luck
everyone.
on coming through. I love all y'all. It was awesome.
It
Yes,
was.
thank you
I
very
also
much.
just want to say shout out,
Thank
please
you.
everyone follow Bennett, because I'm really trying to get him some
Yeah, I'm
followers
trying to
so
blow
he can
up.
start streaming.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
or even
I'm
just get a sub button.
I'm trying
on
to be.
Kick,
I'm trying to be
so.
cool like you guys.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're all getting there. You know, I need,
You're
I
like
need a
me.
sub button
I
too.
lost.
We'll get
Oh,
there.
shit.
All right. Who else just left? Oh, Evil Fossil. All right, yeah.
Evil Fossil
Evil
out,
Fossil, everybody.
Me too.
Yep.
Thank you all for
Oh, Evil
being
Fossil.
here.
Kicked.
You guys can shout yourselves out as you start to leave if you would like to, and it could just be me and Megan, and then we'll just go offline as you guys leave. But go ahead and shout
And
yourselves out.
then
before
I'll
you head out.
go pop into the Discord after if you
All
want
right.
to go in there, Mel. or
If
either.
if nobody has any further qualms, I would like to outro myself next.
Yep.
But thank you very much for having me on. First and foremost, I know you had so many contestants to pull from, so I thought I'd put my lure out there and get on here, and it's a great being on a show with you for the first time in over 2 years, and my first time on the Royale as well, which is actually pretty cool. I was always only on Survivor. So it's my Royale debut. But hello everyone.
Like how
And
they
I
talk.
guess
Oh,
this is
sorry,
my
I'll talk about
goodbye. This is my
Yes.
goodbye. And I'm ElectroCrisis, also known as Garrett. You can follow me on Twitch and Kick at the same username. I play video games, mostly like Overwatch, Call of Duty. I've been doing modded Minecraft survival multiplayer. But I've been having a good time. And I hope if you come over to my channel, you have a good one too. And thank you very much, everybody, for your time and have an absolutely wonderful night. I'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good night.
Look at how they talk, though. Did you notice it? He was like, "It was the first time I've ever been in the Royale. I was a Survivor kid." I was like, they're like obsessed with me, okay? From the dawn of time. They've been obsessed with me. Everything about them is revolving around how they were on my shows. And they've never been on my shows, and they feel great when they're finally on my shows. And you guys just get to be on my shows because you motherfuckers are people that actually wanted to be on my shows, right? Well,
Yeah.
not Bennett, but like kind of Bennett. Like, fuck yeah.
So I was gonna
just
say
invite
that-
you. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's an interesting world.
I've been
Bennett
around
really
since
does.
the
I'll,
OG days, since even you were just like a mod, even in like Raj Patel and stuff like that. But on
Who the
shows
fuck is
forever,
Raj Patel?
So I just want to give a shout out to you too for like always
Thank
being
you.
a strong
Yeah.
like man behind the curtain and putting so much effort and into all this stuff. Like you really cared about all this stuff, even though it wasn't
Yeah, and
even
doing
like
a
really
lot for
reflected on
people.
you. So
No, yeah,
yeah,
it
this
was-
is not
Yeah.
easy to do. So
It's
You've
been
done a
fun,
lot for people
and
that has
now-
gone unappreciated and always been a good
Mhm.
person. And, that's
And
Yeah.
now I
what
don't
other
need
people
the
do.
biggest thing here is I don't need to worry about fighting with my boss because my boss is a programmable AI. It's awesome. I just listen. I listen to the AI and the AI tells me what to do and it's objective and real and has nothing to do with anything else. So it's great. Anyone else want to shut themselves out next?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
show myself.
All right, y'all. Outro.
Bennett and
Thanks
Smith.
again. Thanks again for having me on here. I appreciate everything. Go follow me on Kick. It's my name here. It's Bennett with an I3 because I'm cool like that. I'm gonna be doing video game streams, like IRLs, motorcycle car stuff, shit like that.
Ooh, very fun.
I appreciate you having me on, and thanks for building the AI. And hopefully one day it'll grow and be awesome and build
Completely
robots
automated,
to
and you'll
travel
all be
back in
here from the
time and
beginning.
kill unborn babies.
Well, not that part, but we'll all be here. Listen, we'll all be here on the first time that it got spawned. If this is the AI that takes off and controls everything,
Yeah.
you were all either its favorite or least favorite, but at the very least, you put on a show. And that's
Yeah.
all that the AI really cares about, at least this one. Because I asked it specifically to find me what is the most entertaining. And you guys were the fucking, you showed up, you participated, you engaged in the most controversial topics that it asked for, and it kind of will respect you regardless. So it will not exile you from society as long as you do not abandon it.
And for everyone who didn't get my reference about killing unborn babies, that was a plot to Terminator, so don't cancel me. I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
You can't. You
I'm gonna
cannot,
go play
you-
Warzone.
You cannot get more
Heck
canceled than
yeah.
KBubblez. So you're welcome.
Peace.
Bye. All right,
Yeah,
anyone
you
else who's
guys know
next?
where to find me. KBubblez, that's it. I'm gonna go play some Warzone now. So,
Go
but I'll
have-
definitely
go have
pop in the
fun.
Discord. Okay,
Then
bye
Smith.
guys.
Bye.
Smith,
All right.
shout yourself out.
Smeth, real Smeth on YouTube mostly. I'm planning on multi-streaming eventually, but fucking go to YouTube. All right,
Yes. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Real Smith, really cool guy, up and comer. He's taking the world by storm.
bye. All right. That was pretty interesting. I think that's dope. I think that's gonna be fun. Yeah. Okay. On Thursday coming up. That's the 6th, next week on Thursday. I'll be talking to Mr. Girl about male feminists. We're gonna have someone moderating probably. He doesn't want Wick. But he has come around and said that Wick was the most honest in his streak of being disappointed by the interviews about the article or report or whatever the fuck you call it. All right. I would like to go to bed. Good night. Smith.